All right, hello, and welcome to Cemetery Mary. So I don't really know much about this game. It was recommended to me by someone, by a viewer on a previous day when we were like a previous stream when we were playing some random games on itch.io, and it got recommended a bit late, so it was, I think, a bit too long, and it was a downloadable game. Then I found out that it was on Steam, so I decided, you know what, let's just play it. We're gonna try it out. um According to the itch.io page, a route takes about 1 to 2 hours, plus there's a little extra time for the true ending, but I don't know how that all plays out. All I know is that it's a Ren'Py game. You could tell because of this UI. So it's probably mostly a visual novel. There's going to be audio eventually, but it's not on the title screen for some reason. I don't know if that's just like a Ren'Py thing or if they just didn't have any. And yeah, we're gonna go from there. The art style looks pretty cute. Uh, the the logo seems a little bit Photoshop. Hello, Hugh Ray. Thank you for following. So we are going to. I think we're just gonna start. I'm wondering, like, there's this imagery here of her covering one of her eyes with like a rose. This thing just keeps falling. This is not whatever. And she's got like a red eye, and she's got red hair, and she's got little hair spikes that look kind of like horns. We'll see what all this leads to. Alright, let's hit start. Warning, this game contains themes and depictions of the following: stalking, kidnapping, strong language, mild drugs, alcohol, and smoking, blood, murder, suicide, flashing images, and potentially loud noises. Discretion is advised. Okay. Good thing that I'm not monetized anywhere on YouTube. I've never been to a funeral that I didn't enjoy. Red flags immediately. That is, until very recently. And I wasn't quite sure how to feel. It was a beautiful service, and one that they certainly deserved. If only it had come later in their lifetime. And maybe it could have been prevented. If there wasn't a murderer in my city. Alright, hold on, let me just check, make sure the audio is working. Okay, I think it's working. It sounds okay. Alright. If there wasn't a murderer in my city. That's what everyone's been saying anyways. The Blackwood Butcher. That's what they call them, at least. It was hard not to overhear the rumors people said about them. I heard they strike at night. I heard they only target one person at a time and don't stop until they're dead. Like a slasher villain? Like a banshee? In Phasmophobia? I heard it's a ghost blindly seeking revenge. I didn't believe any of that. At least, not at first. But my parents did. And because of that, they didn't like me going off to the cemetery alone. Staying until it closed. Walking home by myself in the dark. Even though it was only across the street, these rumors had made them afraid for my safety. Do you really believe they're real? I asked my father. I do, he answered. Are you really worried for me? My mother did not say anything. But that is to be expected. They thought I was a perfect target. But I still didn't believe in it. Still, they were worried about me. So they sent me off to live with my aunt, uncle, and cousin. They didn't live far. At least not anymore. They moved from their fancy home in gorgeous Talon City to a small little cabin in the woods. I never understood why, but I never really asked about it either. My parents felt I would be safer with them. I didn't want to leave, but every day I stayed only seemed to stress them out more. So I went, to make them feel better. For the first few weeks, everything was fine. I barely left the house, barely went to town anymore. And when I did, I was always with someone. taking all precautions to avoid becoming a victim of the butcher. But I still thought it was only a rumor. Even if the number of deaths in our community increased, I never thought that I or someone I knew would be a victim. Then, that thing happened. To those two. And for the first time, I was worried. Shortly after that, my own parents disappeared. They weren't in the diner, nor could I contact them. Even the authorities couldn't figure it out. Well, that's not a good sign. I just had a thought. I was like, she said that the cemetery was just across the street from her house, or maybe it's across the street from the parents' workplace, because she doesn't stay until late, so it's probably near where they work. Do they work at the diner, or do they just go to the diner a lot? Because I'm just imagining like a diner across the street from the cemetery. No one had seen them. It was as if they had suddenly vanished. As if they were killed off. I mean, or they just suddenly vanished. I don't like to think about that possibility. Actually, well, there was also that other thing that's happened. Maybe I should have told the authorities about it. Or anyone, for that matter. But I was too afraid of what might happen if I did. Oh, unknown number. Your parents are safe. Oh, we got cute little art. Alright, let's go. She's opening. She's getting up. Is she a robot? What's going on with her legs? Ah, I knew I would fall asleep if I sat down. Is it raining outside? Hold on a second, I'm gonna turn the blips down a little bit. It wasn't supposed to rain today. The light's on outside. I'm just noticing her parents. I'm assuming those are her parents. Maybe those are her aunt and uncle. They've got a Morticia Gomez deal going on. They look like they're like a monster family, an Addams Family type deal. The light's on outside. Is Croven out there? I better go check. Croven. Oh. I guess this is the cousin. You fell asleep and finished dinner and then fell asleep? No way, Jose. You're out here. Where's Aunt and Uncle? Sure. William Mary. How many times do I have to tell you? They went to hell. I can see that it's raining, Mary. Okay. It's spaghetti. I used your favorite sauce, too. Okay, I'll be inside in a second. Just let me put this out. I guess that was the aunt and uncle then. They? I don't know. Croven has the aunt's hair. Oh, the food is cold. I know I fell asleep. I just wanted to take a seat in the living room, but it's fine. I'm not complaining. Other than that, we didn't say much and dinner was quiet. I cleaned up most of it, but Croven helps a little bit. I just realized the name Croven is just like a mix of crow and raven. So silly. After that, he went to go sit in the living room. Once I finished cleaning the kitchen up, I joined him like usual. Normally after dinner, when Croven and I sat together, we do something fun. We play a game on our phones together, or we get out a board game, or we play cards, talking about our days if something exciting happened. But that's when Aunt and Uncle were still. Croven's been in a pretty bad mood since. He started dressing like a goth, he started looking like a goth, his eyes turned bright red. And he also never stops doom scrolling on Twitter. It's not as if I can blame him. I want to talk to him, but I don't really know if he's much in the mood to talk. Let's attempt conversation. So, do you want to talk about it? There's nothing to talk about. I've still got my old therapist's number, you know. Krovin? Is there a reason she was your old one? I know. But she was good at this kind of stuff. And I've been thinking that maybe... Shut up, Mary. Just shut up already. You can't be bitter over it? Why are you trying so hard to rush me into therapy, huh? Thought you knew about this shit better than anyone, but here you are. I'm not gonna stop being upset just because you miss me being all happy and smiley and shit. Can't you just stop trying to fucking talk to me about it? I'll get over it when I get over it. Maybe get your own life, and then you'll stop worrying so much over mine. Sorry. I think I ended up making Krovin more agitated trying to talk to him. Oh well. After a few more moments of awkward sitting, I went upstairs and headed to my bedroom. I didn't want to make Krovin angrier than I had already. I brushed my teeth and got changed into my pajamas. I stretched out on what you could consider my bed. What does that mean? The room I have in the cabin is nice. It's not like my room back in my actual home, but I've stayed here so long, I've been able to decorate it a bit more to my liking. It's a pleasant room to stay in, even if it's not quite home. Of course, I don't normally sleep right away. I like how it's just not showing anything. I usually read a book, or watch a movie on my laptop, or lie awake thinking of every embarrassing thing that's happened in my life. But as of recent, I picked up a different nighttime ritual. One that's nowhere near as pleasant. The text message I had received the days following my parents' disappearance. We've got a little skull with a wig, eyelashes. We've got a teddy bear that seems to have had its head surgically replaced with a bunny rabbit. And we've got like an angel. Also, we've got like an anime. I cannot read what those words mean except for this no. Also, we've got a pair of eyes that are crying. And got a little crow with legs and no wings. And also, okay, I guess those are her socks then. That made her look like she had like puppet knees. The text message I received the days following my parents' disappearance. It was from a number I didn't recognize. Oh, she's got like a little pink little bat on her nightie. Your parents are safe, it had said. I know I should have done something smart. I should have told somebody. But instead, I texted the number back. And they responded to me. I've noticed that other than the first message, they usually don't reach out to me. It's me who keeps texting them, hoping to find out what's happening behind all this. Are you still awake? I'm awake whenever you want to talk. Will you tell me who you are? That I cannot do. My identity must remain hidden. Forever? No, not forever. Then why can't you just tell me who this is? Because it's not safe. Why wouldn't it be safe? You'll have to trust me on that. I don't trust you at all. How did you even get my number? Your parents gave it to me. Why would they do that? Because they care about you. You must be lying to me. My parents wouldn't do something like that. I'm sorry. You don't know your parents as well as you think you do. What does that mean? Seriously, you're freaking me out. I just want my parents back. Please don't drag this out. I just want them back home. You should get some rest. It's late, isn't it? I'll talk to you tomorrow. I don't like to text for too long. Until then, you're writing entire novels here, mystery number. You don't like to text for too long. Goodbye. Goodbye. I like how they're texting goodbye. They suggested that I get some rest. But how did they expect me to do that? I've never felt more restless in my life. Even asleep, I knew I wouldn't rest. When I woke up the next morning, Croven had already left for the day for, like, school or work. What's Croven do? But that wasn't a surprise. He'd been staying out late and leaving super early ever since the incident. I think being home bothers him. I'm not surprised. It's not like the second time you said I'm not surprised in a couple seconds. Whenever I pass the diner, I too feel like not being there. It's not the same without Mom and Dad after all. Despite this cabin being out in the middle of the woods, it really isn't all that hard to get back to Blackwood. Outside of our cabin is a faint dirt trail. I'm gonna go save. Save? Is this save slots? Yes, okay. It gets a bit twisty at some parts, but it isn't too confusing. It takes about 15 minutes to walk down, but maybe 10 if you're fast. Doing a 10-minute walk to get to town. At the end of the trail, there's a fence. One with a slight gap in it. And past that fence, there's a little community. You sneak through a gap in the fence to get to the community? You'll walk, I know, right? It isn't big. A few trailers with a few people living all the way out here. Far from anything that's, well, anything. But there's a road here, and a bus that comes through. It runs through Blackwood, so whenever we need to leave, we take this bus. And then after the end of a short trip, you're in Blackwood. So you have to walk for 10 minutes and then take a bus to get into town. Oof. It's the city I grew up in, and I always really loved it. There's the library and the local stores, but my most favorite place to be is the Blackwood Cemetery. Uphill both ways, I know, right? It's got lots of trees to read under, and the prettiest headstones I've ever seen. There's a mausoleum, too, though I've never been inside. Private mausoleum, you know? Rich people and their rich people grave burial sites. I don't know who it belongs to. Anyways, I always try to leave flowers when I visit, at least every so often. And I visit a lot. I like to think it helps them, you know? Not feel lonely. And then after having spent my day in Blackwood, I come back home the same way I left. But I always make sure no one sees the way I come back home. Just in case, you know? Just in case what? The butcher? That you don't believe in? Despite the recent events, I too leave the cabin more than ever now. Croven is rarely home, and I don't like being here alone. I know I'm just being paranoid, but I don't like the thought that maybe the butcher could find me out here all alone. Maybe, even if that's the whole reason I'm here in the first place. So I go out a lot now. I feel more comfortable surrounded by lots of people. Despite how things may seem, I always prefer to be around people anyways. That's one reason why I like to go to the cemetery so often. There's always people there. Yeah, they're not much for a conversation though. Probably. I mean, I don't know her life. Even if you can't see them. After I got out of bed, I made myself a small breakfast and got changed into my favorite outfit. The same one that you've been wearing every single time. Croven's gone, and the bus I take out into town should be arriving any minute now. Where should I go today? Alright, let's save. We should go to the library. I decided to go to the library. There's nothing quite like a good book. My favorite kind of books are mysteries. Not necessarily murder mysteries, but mysteries in general. In fact, I kind of prefer it when the mysteries don't involve anyone dying. There's a lot less tension there, you know? But maybe I'm just too soft. I also quite enjoy manga, especially the shoujo kind. I feel almost embarrassed to like them, but I find that they're cute and nice. And I like seeing the characters fall in love. This girl is very... Aside from the visiting the cemeteries thing, she seems really normal. Yeah, a shoujo. Maybe that's what I'll try to find at the library today. I stepped into the library and began to make my way over to my favorite spot, a tucked-away corner in the library right by a single window. Sometimes I'd spend an entire day in that corner just reading. I've even managed to finish entire books without leaving the library. I looked forward to doing something like that again today, but... Uh-oh. When I got to my favorite spot, I noticed a man was already sitting there. A man with luscious, long, blonde hair. Let's go. I was surprised because usually this library was pretty empty. But this man, he's familiar. I've met him before. Hold on a second. My dude, what's with your yellow eyes? Is that jaundice? My apologies, did I take your seat? Oh, it's you. Mary. Mary Anta, yes? That's right. I remember you. From the funeral, right? Indeed. Do you remember my name? Reginald? That's right. It's a pleasure to see you here. I was hoping I'd run into you again one day. Oh? I hope that doesn't come off as weird. His voice makes you quiver. You were such a pleasant person to be around. You really brought life into that funeral. Oh, really? Thank you, I think. So what brings you to the library today? Oh, well, I didn't really have plans, so I thought I'd just check out a book or something. Likewise. What kind of book were you interested in checking out? Let's lie. I'm here to check out a mystery novel. Don't lie. Huh? You're lying. You... I can tell. It's a trick of mine. Oh no, he has a secret power to suss out lies. He's a detective or a sheriff or whatever it is in Mafia. I can tell when you're lying. You can? Indeedly so. Don't worry, I promise not to shame you for whatever you're really here to read. So you should tell me what you're here for. I'm genuinely interested. We got information about him, though. This is important information. The ultimate detective Danganronpa style. I know, right? Hi, Daigo. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. Alright. Well, okay. I'm actually here for a shoujo manga. A shoujo manga. Clearly, this man is not cultured. Uncultured swine. What's that? It's like... Do you know what a manga is? I have an idea, but I can't say I've ever read one myself. Well, it's like one of those, but it usually centers around the romance between the two main characters. No, Mary, what you're describing is a romance manga. A shoujo manga is just a manga that's targeted towards young girls. Mary, I can't believe this. You are spreading misinformation on the internet. And sometimes there's like friends or rivals. But I really like the comedy ones. Because you get cute jokes mixed into the romance. Shoujo manga. Uncultured hicks. It's true. She does... Listen, she lives in a cabin in the woods that's a 10-minute walk away from a bus stop, which she needs to take a bus from to reach town. So, she's country folk now. But sometimes the drama ones are really cute too, and they can get really intense. And, sorry, I'm rambling. I'm not good at explaining things. No worries, I think you did a good job. A shoujo. Sounds interesting. Perhaps I'll check one out myself later. I'm trying to be more open to new things after all. Mary's gonna go like, actually, I recommend you read One Piece. There's about 100 volumes of it now. Anyway, what are you here to read? Me? I'm reading manslaughter on the historian. Ah, yes. By Heracles. I don't know a different way to say Poirot. Or by starring the detective Heracles Potty. Oh no. I have jokes. I don't have jokes. I don't have jokes. Disorients. So dumb. I've been meaning to read that one too. Do you want it then? What? Oh no, that's okay. We already established she's here for a shoujo. Horrible Purut. Yes. Please take your time. Just if you wouldn't mind. Would you tell me when you're done with it? You know, so I could maybe read it after? Are you gonna read like a whole, like a 200-page novel in one sitting? I guess you could, but like, why would you? I'm fine with that. Though I've already gotten pretty far in it, I don't think I'll be finished by today. You have a cell phone, yes? Would it be alright if I have your number? That way I can notify you as soon as I'm finished. I'm sure the library has multiple copies of this book, okay? Come on. You don't need to share the same copy. And well, I'd like to try and be friends too, if that's alright. Oh, really? I mean, yeah, of course. Reginald and I exchanged phone numbers. I'd have to memorize my new phone number after exchanging them. I was shocked he even remembered me. But I considered meeting him again a pleasant surprise. And what I really appreciated, now I could be the star of my own shoujo. After our exchange, I picked out a shoujo book from one of the shelves and began to read in one of the other spots in the library, just separate from him. I ended up liking it so much I looked for the other books and brought 2 or 3 home with me to read later. After I came home after dinner, I had dinner, and cleaned the kitchen up, I began my usual nighttime routine. I got changed into pajamas, brushed my teeth, sat on my bed, and texted whoever they are. Hi, it's me again. Are you there? Yes. You're still not gonna tell me anything, are you? No. Can I ask you something even if you won't give me an honest answer anyways? Okay. Mary, don't you know? Don't ask if you want to ask a question. Just ask the question. Are you the Blackwood Butcher? Would I tell you if I was? Are you afraid for their safety? Of course, why wouldn't I be? I see. Alright. I like how there's like an RIP on the empty slots. Alright. Why should I be afraid for my own safety? Or should I be afraid for my own safety? Why do you have to? Should I be afraid for my own safety? Who am I to tell you what you should and shouldn't be afraid of? Your fears are your own to judge. You're way too vague. Why do you even contact me to begin with? I thought you'd like to know more about your parents. I'm only trying my best. Oh, wait, I'm only trying my best to keep you happy. You think I'm happy? Maybe not now, but you will be. I have to go now. Goodbye. Goodbye. After another frustrating and unsettling night of text messages, I got under the covers and tried my best to sleep. It wasn't easy, and I had a lot of difficulty trying. I don't remember exactly when, but eventually I was able to sleep, even if not peacefully. Dots. Dots, dot, 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 dot. Dad? Yes, sweetheart? Yes? Is something wrong? Mama told me that Uncle Ray died. Did she know? Uncle Raven, you mean? Are we gonna go see him? No. You don't need to worry about that. I don't. But listen, Mary. Normally when someone passes, you hold a funeral for them, right? Yeah. The thing about funerals, though, is that they're for people who are worth remembering. Oof. Ouch! Oof! After I got out of bed, I made myself a small breakfast and got changed into my favorite outfit. Again, the exact same outfit. Carvin's gone, and the bus I take out into town should be arriving any minute now. Where should I go today? Let's visit the cemetery. I went to my favorite place, the cemetery. The cemetery is pretty much on the same block as my family's restaurant. Okay, they do have a restaurant, or diner, I guess. Right next to it, in fact. All you have to do is cross the street. It's on the same side of the road. I think my parents chose this location because it's good for business. After all the funerals, everyone just goes to have lunch, I guess? That's what Mom told me anyways. People are usually hungry after a funeral. Crying really takes a lot out of you after all. I was always glad to live there, because I really love visiting the cemetery also. Nice job, Splats. The bow clap really worked. I like to walk down the rows and see who got flowers that day. That's what I do most days. Sometimes I'll pick my own flowers just to leave on graves that look like they've been forgotten about. I'm actually quite known for the cemetery. Some people have even begun to use a nickname for me, though I don't know how many of them even know what I look like. When I arrived at the cemetery gates, however, I was surprised to see Crovin standing there with what looked like a new friend. What? Is that a bomb? Or is that like a gender symbol? Did they have, like, what kind of... What's going on with their... Did they have, like, animal ears? Is this what's going on? Crovin? Mary? Did you follow me? Huh? No, I didn't. You know I always come here. Yeah, but that's usually not until later. Why are you even here so early? I mean, it's not as if I had anything better to do. Well, do you have to be here right now? A bomb? A balm? I'm kinda on a date. Oh, this is a date? I mean, it can be if you want it to be. I'll think about it. Who's your friend? This is Vasilis. I met him at the arcade. Yo. Sorry, Mary, but can you please go? Oh, you just don't have the energy for this right now. Yeah, okay. Sorry. Didn't mean to intrude. I'll see you later. Later. See you some other life, Mary. Some other life? I left Crovin alone. I didn't want to interrupt his little date or whatever. I especially didn't want to make him more mad at me. However, I wasn't going to let him stop me from going to the cemetery. I continued on past the gates and stepped inside. It seemed emptier than usual. It didn't look like any funerals were being held today. Would it be mean of me to wish there was? Yeah, it probably would be. First, I forget I said anything like that. Yeah. It was a really awful thing to say. When nighttime rolled around, I headed back home. I slipped into my pajamas and headed to bed almost immediately. Of course, though, I couldn't sleep right away. I had someone I needed to talk to first. Good evening again. Good evening. May I ask you something again, Mary? Again with asking if you can ask something. You always do. How did you know my name is Mary? I've always known. Huh? I've always known what your name is. I forgot to save before the question at the cemetery. Have we met before? If we did, you probably wouldn't remember. If? So we didn't meet. Take the if as a maybe. We may have met before. But would it make any difference if you didn't remember me? It would be as if we were meeting for the first time. That's weird. I'm uncomfortable. Any updates on my parents? They're fine. Will I ever see them again? Yes. Because I'm coming to get you, too. I just need more time. Good night, Mary. She didn't say good night this time because because I was like, yeah, or you're next, Mary. I went to sleep feeling pretty shaken that night. I tried not to think about it. I'm surprised I was able to get any sleep at all. I'm surprised I didn't have any nightmares either. Uncle Cross? Yeah, Mary? Uncle Cross, can I ask you a question? Sure thing, kiddo. Shoot. How'd you lose your eye? Oh, Mary. That's not... Oh, it's fine, I don't mind. I lost my eye in war. You were in war, Uncle Cross? I was. I won't get into the specifics of it, but it was always important to me that I protect my family in any way I could. Show them hot cross buns. You know, I didn't even know what hot cross buns were until we played that shipwrecked game. Or like, I didn't know about the song or about the actual food. It is a food, right? Do you miss it? My eyeball? Yeah. You know something? Not as much as I thought I would. I think I would miss you a bunch more. Aw, what a cute uncle. After I got out of bed, I made myself a small breakfast and got changed in my favorite outfit. Do you wash your favorite outfit? Trovin's gone, and the bus I take out into town should be arriving any minute now. Where should I go today? Where should she go today? Let's go to the cemetery again. No, let's go to the cafe. I decided to go to the new cafe that opened up. Planet Dollars is a popular coffee chain, but we've never had one this time. Planet Dollars, Starbucks. I was like, what? Why would that be a coffee chain? And I was just like, oh. Well, until now, that is. I've always wanted to go to one just to try it, you know? Although, I don't actually like coffee. But still, I could at least see what they had, right? When I got to the cafe, it was already packed. I thought since it had already been around for a few weeks, some of the hype surrounding it would have died down. But I guess not, seeing as how noisy and crowded it was. Still, at least it was something different than usual. As I said, I'm not particularly fond of coffee. And since I had a light breakfast anyways, I decided to treat myself with a muffin. A chocolate muffin. Because sweet foods are the best, it's true. However, I found myself in a bit of a pinch when I tried to look for some place to sit down. It seemed as though everyone's seats were already taken, and I didn't really want to walk and eat at the same time. Luckily, though, I was able to find an empty seat. Oh, it's a new person. Chocolate anything is indeed great. A girl around my age with the most spectacular eyebrows. Those are eyebrows! Amazing. Was diligently working on her laptop with an empty seat across from her. I figured she must be writing an essay for college or something. Coffee shops are popular with people in college, or so I hear. Seeing as this was the only seat left, I asked her, excuse me, may I sit here? She didn't verbally answer me. Rather, she glanced over at me, rolled her eyes, and nodded to the empty chair. I tried to look apologetic as I sat. Thank you. Just stay quiet. What? Actually, we're gonna ask. Sorry, can you shut up for a second? I'm trying to concentrate. Sorry. We're gonna be annoying. Not now, I'm fine. You have the most spectacular eyebrows, thanks. So you're interested in what I'm doing here? Oh yeah, I guess. You seem to be very focused after all. As focused as I can be. What's your name? Me? I'm Mary. Twyla, nice to meet you. Anyway, I'm working on a report. A report? Like for school? No. Have you noticed something odd going on in town recently? Oh, she's gonna be, is she gonna be like a Velma? She's like already doing research on the mystery. Something odd? I'm not surprised if you haven't heard about it. It's like the police are trying to dull suspicions. Or just arrest potential suspects so everyone can feel safe. Oh, are you talking about the killing rumors? The Blackwood Butcher, right? Don't say it so loud. But, yes, how did you know? Oh, well, I've been hearing the rumors for a while now. And actually, my aunt and uncle died pretty recently. They were, killed. Really? Uh-huh. That's actually pretty... How did they die? I don't know. No one really told me, but the circumstances were strange. Like they didn't die naturally. There was definitely someone else involved. At least that's what I've been told. Interesting. You know, maybe you can help me with this report. And, some other stuff. Oh, I can? Yeah. If you're okay with that, of course. Oh, yeah, sure, I guess. I mean, having a killer around is bad, so if I can help, I'll raise awareness or something. I mean, like, yes. I'd like to help you. Thanks. This will really put me ahead. I have to go, actually. I'm running late for something. Here, give me your phone number. I'm not entirely sure I need your help, but I'd rather have a way to contact you just in case. But yeah, of course. Tyler and I exchanged phone numbers. I wonder if we would have been able to get a phone number from that other person. What was his name? Vasilis? In the cemetery way. I'm almost interested in trying to figure out, trying it again to figure it out later. After she packed up her laptop and was picked up by a car outside. Come to think of it, I didn't actually see her drink any coffee or order any food. I guess maybe she finished before I got there? I don't know why she would choose such a noisy place to work, though. After spending my day looking in some nearby stores, I went home pretty tired. I ate leftovers for dinner, and yawned more than once as I got changed to pajamas. I plopped myself onto my bed, pulled out my phone, and ready to continue the nightly conversation. Yeah, she's just using the Wi-Fi. You're there, right? Of course I am. I don't know why I keep contacting you. I guess I'm just afraid if I don't, you'll disappear or something. It's unlikely. I know you won't tell me where my parents are, but can you at least tell me why you took them? No. Why not? I don't know who could be seeing these messages. Are you worried about being traced? Possibly. I may even change phones from time to time just to be careful, but you'll know it's me. I don't know if I should find that comforting or not. I really don't see how this works. How am I supposed to trust you aren't someone dangerous if you don't give me any info to go off of? Especially when I haven't heard from my parents. Goodbye, Mary. Sleep well. I felt sick that night as I tried to go to sleep. I tossed and turned so many times, and yet I was still too tired to get up and try to do something else. I don't remember when, but eventually I was able to fall asleep. I didn't sleep very well, though. I'm not going back out there. You saw how they were looking at me? I can't do it. I can't. I'm sorry. Is the mom mute? Or are we just not is Mary just not remembering what she said? Maybe it's better if I don't anymore. I woke up late the next morning. I must have been pretty tired after the last few days. I dragged myself out of bed and followed my normal morning routine. Got changed into my favorite outfit, had breakfast, etc. And of course Crovin was once again nowhere to be seen. However, when I checked my phone that morning, I realized he'd sent me a message. To my surprise, there were other messages there as well from my new friends. Who should I read first? Aw, what a cute little profile, or like, desktop background. Koshi something ku. Yeah, we're missing a number. Alright, let's read Twyla's message. Mary, it's Twyla. If you're still interested in helping me, I'll be at the library around noon today. It should be quieter there. And there's some books I want to pick up for research purposes. Meet me there if you can, but if not, I'll call you up another time. Hey Mary, sorry. I know I've been acting pretty nasty to you lately. I hope you know I don't mean it. Have you been to the Planet Dollars yet? I'll be heading there for lunch today, maybe at like 12:30. You should come and have lunch with me. My treat. Free lunch! And then I can like formally apologize or whatever. Good morning, Miss Marianta. I hope you're doing well today. I had asked about that book. You had asked about that book the other day, right? Well, I actually finished it quicker than I expected to. I'd really love to give it to you, but I won't be at the library today. I'm actually going to be at the cemetery. You like that place though, right? You should come to see me, then I can pass the book over to you. I'll be there a quarter after noon or so. Then maybe after we can grab lunch or something together. I hope that doesn't come off weird. I just like some company for my lunch break. Call me back. Alright. I was messaged by each of them. However, I think I only have time to meet up with one of them today. Where should I go today then? We're gonna meet Crovin. We didn't actually have a good talk with Crovin. It was a tough choice, but I'd choose one of them. I told the others I had plans and that I'd have to meet with them some other time. Then when noon rolled around, I headed to my destination. I spotted Crovin pretty quickly. Dressing the way we do, it wasn't that hard. I'd recognize those red and black striped sleeves from a mile away. When Crovin saw me, he gave me a hug, and it made me realize how long it had been since he last hugged me. His arms felt relaxed, and he was wearing his classic smile. For a moment, it looked like he was back to his normal old self. We had lunch together, and like he promised, it was a treat. Or it was his treat. Oh, his treat. And then they said, Crovin, please don't dab. So, you definitely dabbed. Of course I did. You know I had to do it to him. That's so you. I know, right? I thought about mentioning how happy I was that he was starting to feel alright. But I was worried that by bringing it up, he might get upset again. So I just kept the conversation going. There was no reason to bring it up anyways. So, would you consider it a successful date? Oh yeah, totally. I mean, they looked ready to kill me by the end of it, but in the fun way, you know? Kind of like how Mom looks at Dad whenever he makes a bad pun? Exactly. I'm so happy for you. Do you think you'll take them out again? Maybe. Wow. Going on a date sounds fun. Don't worry, Mars. Don't worry, Mares. Someone will take you out today. Someone will take you out too one day. So anyway, do you like it here? The Planet Dollars, I mean. I always thought it was overhyped, but now that we have one, it actually ain't too shabby. Oh, I like the symbol is I guess it's a goat. Yeah, it's a goat. Oh, actually, I've been here before. Oh, you have? When? Oh, I was here just the other day, because I wanted to check it out. Funnily enough, we sat at this table too. Oh, you did? Wait, who's we? Did you suddenly make a friend behind my back? Huh? Oh, when I was here, this place was pretty packed, so the only empty seat was at this table. But some other girl was sitting here too, and I guess we're, like, kind of friends now? I mean, I just met her, but we're keeping in contact, so... Her name's Twyla. Twyla? Oh no. Yeah? Is there a problem with that? Mary, listen to me. I'm saying this because I care about you. Stay away from Twyla. Huh? Why? You just can't talk to her, okay? I can't... All the people you had to talk to her. She's the kind of girl who'd stab the devil in the ass with his own pitchfork. I mean, that sounds kind of badass, not gonna lie. Seriously, you shouldn't be talking to her. Do you know her? Did something happen between you two? You've never mentioned her before and... Mary, please. I know I'm coming off really bad right now. You probably think I'm being a giant dick. Just don't talk to her. You just can't. It's not like I have a lot or any. Oh, so I don't count. Please, it's nothing like that. You've always been able to make friends wherever you go. You know I'm not that lucky. I don't know why you don't like her, but maybe I can put in a good word for you or something. Please, Croven. I've already talked to her a bit. I know she's a bit abrasive, but she said she might need my help with something important, and I want to help her. Can you look past whatever you don't like about her for me? Fine, whatever. If you want to be friends with her that badly, then go ahead. But you better be fucking careful. And don't say I didn't warn you about her. Whether you get it or not, I'm trying to protect you. Croven? It'll be fine, Croven, don't worry. We're gonna woo Twyla, make her see the beauty of Mary's cemetery obsession. Croven was still salty over Twyla, even after I'd attempted to drop the conversation. He said he wouldn't talk about it anymore, but I had better not even mention him to Twyla. Ever. We tried to spend the rest of the day together, but it was more than apparent he wasn't in a good mood anymore. At least by the time we started heading home, he had calmed down to a much more normal state. After getting home, he said he was going to smoke outside for a little bit, so I let him, and headed up to bed, and did what I do every night. Hi. Hello. Can we talk about that thing you said the other night? I haven't been able to stop thinking about it ever since he said it. What's bothering you? You said that you were coming for me? You just needed more time? Are you really going to steal me too? It'll be alright. I promise. It's for the best. You're gonna make me sick all over again. What do you want me to tell you? Who you really are? Is that really what you want? You'll see me soon. Well, you shouldn't worry about it. It will happen when it happens. This is for the best. Even if you can't see that right now. Even if you can't ever. When will this be over? Soon, hopefully. I just need more time. You'll hang on for me, won't you? Do I have a choice? Sweet dreams, Mary. She's not saying goodbye anymore. I didn't sleep at all that night. I really didn't. There were a few times I shut my eyes and tried to, but nothing could calm me down anymore at this point. Anxiety was through the roof. I just wanted Mom and Dad back. I wanted to know for certain that they were okay. It should have been me that was taken. Maybe it was supposed to be. The next morning when I got up, Craven was still home. Croven was still home. He seemed to be acting pretty normal for once. At the very least, not agitated. And despite this, I didn't sit and have breakfast with him. I wasn't in the mood to talk to anyone, not right now. Not after last night. It was too much. I just wanted some private time to myself. Just wanted to cool down. Just wanted to leave. Crow called out to me. Not eating breakfast, Maris? I responded. Oh, gotta save. Also, I need to blow my nose. Hold on a second. Okay. Let's see. I'm meeting with a friend for breakfast. He responded with a simple, okay. And after that, I was out of the door. I just wanted to go to that place and not be bothered. On the bus ride there, all three of them texted me again. Coven said he noticed I left pretty quickly and hoped I wasn't upset with him for his behavior lately. Twyla talked about some of her progress on her research, and Reginald said he'd be at the cemetery again today. Although I appreciated their messages, I really just needed to be alone. I needed to go back there and just relax. No, that's not the right word. I wasn't going there to relax. I was going there to mourn. Going where? Oh, the Dine Red. It's where I grew up. I lived my whole life in this diner. Restaurant? Bistro? I never knew the right word for places like this. We always had such silly names for it since it was next to the cemetery. The Restaurant in Peace. Sometimes the Diner. Gastropub. Even just simply Dine Dead. I always wondered if others caught on. You probably wouldn't know just from looking at it, but there's 2 floors. The bottom floor is the diner itself. I've eaten there for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Sometimes all in the same day. The top floor is more like a house. Our house. There's bedrooms and a bathroom, and even a small living space with a TV. It can be a little cramped sometimes, but it's cozy. No one could get up there but me and my parents, of course. The upstairs is locked. You'd need a key, which I have, of course. After Mom and Dad went missing, the authorities locked this place up, and it's been locked ever since. They don't want anyone going in there, not even me. Because, I don't know, it's kind of like a crime scene or something. But I still have the key for the front, too. It's my house, after all. I carefully scanned the area around me as I stood in the parking lot. There were a few cars that passed by and maybe a person or two on the sidewalk, but no one seemed to pay me any mind. It was a little bit early in the morning, so I wasn't surprised to see so few people out. I looked over my shoulders a few times to make sure no one was watching me. Then I stepped up to the front door, unlocked it, and took a step inside, closing the doors carefully behind me. When I stepped inside, I was instantly hit with a wave of all different kinds of emotions. I had been avoiding the diner for a long time because whenever I passed it, I would just think of Mom and Dad and feel sad. But now stepping inside, it felt nice. At least a little bit. I mean, it does look like a diner. It's got like the diner stools. It's got the diner booths. Just being able to be in my own house after so long, it was bittersweet. On one hand, I felt so happy just to be home. Everything was just as I had left it. The light still entered in through the windows the same way as it always did. It still smelled faintly of delicious food, even though the kitchen hadn't been used in a while. Even Mom's special board was in the same spot. Or specials board was in the same spot. But it felt so empty. So desolate. So abandoned. There wasn't even any electricity here. This place was hardly ever empty. We always had customers, and the diners always did well. Or diner always did well. There was hardly a moment where I'd come downstairs and only see Mom or Dad. There was always people, even if just one person was here. The counter would be full of coffee drinkers at night and in the mornings. I'd see family come by for dinner, or people out on dates come here. I always loved being able to see that. There were so many good memories in this place. Like, Halloween party. It was more like a trunk or treat kind of thing. We had a bunch of cars lined up in our parking lot giving out candy. And there were a few games to play. Trunk or treat is sounds like a neat, concept. I've never heard of it before. I remember Mom helping me put together a little Grim Reaper costume. Of course, it would be a Grim Reaper. It was a rare instance where I actually got along with other kids. And even was able to see them, considering I was homeschooled. I remember Crovin being there, too. He was dressed like a zombie, though his makeup got completely ruined when he tried to go bobbing for apples. Bobbing for apples. That's so gross. Who even came up with that? I don't even think I could imagine doing it today. But it seemed fun as a kid, I guess, even though I never did so. I probably thought it was gross back then, too, I guess. I remember Crovin got to sleep over afterwards, too. And Mom and Dad kept the Halloween decorations up all day the next day. It's funny. I use some of those decorations in my room now. But I remember all the booths and tables and windows being absolutely covered in orange and black streamers. And now it was all covered in dust. And no one's here. Where should I go? I decided to head up to my room. My real room. Aww. Alright, let's look at what she's got on the shelves. Hold on a second. Can I make it hide? I don't think I can. Alright, she's got a little gothic anime girl on the top left. She's got a doll. This looks like I should recognize this. This doll on the left. There's a My Little Pony. There is a... I don't know what that is. Looks kind of like the no, not the DeviantArt logo. I don't know what that is. Got a little crayon, MS Paint crayon drawing. She's got a figure of a magical girl. She's got a candelabra with red candles. Blackout Hospital. That's probably a reference that I'm not getting. There's like an alpaca. There's a deer. She's got a little snow globe with a worm or caterpillar on it. Purple perfume. The red dying rose. And music box. As I stepped inside, I felt strangely happy. I missed my old room and all my stuff. It felt so nice. I felt so nice to be back. Even if I wasn't staying. Just the sense of familiarity made me feel so calm. I wished I was able to take some of this stuff back home with me. But I didn't have anything to carry it in. Just stay? It's true. When was the last time well, it's got no electricity. That's probably bad because you can't charge your phone. When was the last time I was even in this room? I sat on my own bed. It was just as comfy as I remember it. The bed in the cabin was nice, but it just couldn't compare. I miss having a canopy above me. I've had this bed ever since I was a little girl. I remember Dad tucking me into this bed and reading me bedtime stories when I was too fussy to sleep right away. It didn't take long for me to start crying. I missed my bed. I missed my house. I missed my parents. I remember my mom wishing me a good night one day, and then disappearing the very next. I hadn't heard from them since. And they could be dead right now and I wouldn't even know. I didn't want to think about that. But could I really ignore the possibility if it meant... I just hated the situation I was in. Every little thing about it. I wanted to scream, but what good would that do? I felt helpless. All I could do was sit, cry, wait for it to be over. I ended up falling asleep in my old bed. I was already exhausted from my lack of sleep, and crying certainly didn't help in that respect. Well, hopefully Craven will have something to do. Or, will notice that you didn't go home. When I woke up, I was unaware of how much time had passed. But I felt groggy, and I didn't think I should stay any longer. It'd probably just make me feel worse. I got up from the bed and began to head back downstairs. It wasn't until I got to the bottom of the stairs that I noticed. Noticed what? Is someone in here? There's someone in here. Someone was here! Some stranger, kneeling over in front of the doorway for whatever reason. I was almost frozen in my spot. Who were they? Why were they here? Why are they shaped so weird? No one should have been able to get in. This place was locked. Locked up? No. Wait, this place was locked up. No should've. That's right. I unlocked it. Crap. I stood there hoping they wouldn't notice me. The way they were dressed with dark baggy clothes and their hood up told me they were most likely bad news. Were they following me in here? I wasn't sure what to do. I thought about trying to escape out the back way or sneakily heading back upstairs if need be, but as soon as I took a step back, I tripped slightly and let out a small yelp, of course, as I caught myself on one of the bar stools. The stranger immediately bolted outside. But wait! I wasn't even able to get a good look at them. For a split second, I considered trying to chase after them. And even then, it wasn't a stupid idea. They ran much faster than I could keep up with anyway. Panicked and slightly shaking, I took out my phone. I was so nervous, I pressed it to my ear without even having dialed anyone yet. But who would I call? The police? No, I can't do that. I was already in here when I wasn't supposed to be. And I didn't want to put any kind of attention on myself. But I can't just call nobody. I have to tell somebody about this. Who do I go to? Obviously tell Craven. Call mystery number. Was that you? Alright, who do we tell? Who do we talk to? Crowan? This probably seems like the best decision. But Reginald is close by. But it could be Reginald. I'm kind of curious what asking mystery number would be. Alright, let's ask mystery number. Unthinkingly, I called the unknown number. The phone rang a few times but no one picked up. Shortly after, I received a text from them. Why did you call me? I texted them back. Was that you? Were you just in my diner? What? What are you talking about? There was someone here, I thought it was you. You're telling me it isn't? I was not there, nor do I know who it was. Okay, I'm sorry. I really need to call someone else then. Good luck. Alright. I don't know if that changed anything, so we're just gonna double save. Let's call Croven. I rushed to call Croven. He was my family and the only person I could trust in something like this. Please pick up Croven. As I was beginning to fear Croven forgot to charge his phone or something or other. He picked up. Yo, Croven, where are you right now? Are you busy? Can you come meet me? Whoa, hold up. What's with all the questions? Everything okay? I'm at the diner and there was someone here. Some intruder. They just ran out, but please, can you come here? Calm down, Mary. Reel it back a bit. I'll come, okay? Don't panic. Okay. I'll try not to. It felt like an eternity passed before Croven got here. I couldn't really read the expression on his face. He looked kind of concerned, but also kind of annoyed in a way too. Did I bother him somehow? Still, he calmed down pretty quickly. So we looked around the house together, trying to make sure everyone, or whoever was here, didn't leave anything behind. And they didn't. Except, well, when we checked my parents' room, I noticed one of my mother's necklaces was missing from her drawer. It was the necklace my father had given to her for their anniversary a few years back, but she couldn't have taken it with her. I remember seeing it here, checking the diner after my parents first disappeared. Did they take it? That thought put my stomach in knots. To think they must have been here while I was dozing off in the other room. Oh God, I don't... After we searched every room, we headed back downstairs. Croven gave me a kind of sad look. You really okay, Maris? I am now. Thanks for coming. Maris. Are you sure you weren't just imagining things? It was probably just an animal that got in, I don't know. I know shit's been kind of rough lately, and I know I haven't been helping with that, so... Look, I'm just saying I wouldn't be surprised if... What? No. Croven, I definitely saw a person here. I swear it. Well, in that case, maybe it was just a squatter? Croven, I really don't think so. This place was locked before. They couldn't have gotten in until I unlocked it. What if they followed me here? You can't know that for sure, though, right? I guess not. Look, you caught me at a bad time, and I really can't do a lot to help right now anyway. Let's just get out of here and try to forget, okay? Forget it? Is there anything we can really do at this point? He already called me just because he didn't want to phone the police, right? Look, I'm sorry someone got in. But what do you want me to do about it? I'm just one guy, Maris. I can't track him down for you. Let's just leave this place alone for now. I guess. We left, and I locked the place back up, but something seemed off about Croven today. He usually wasn't like this. Croven was always so hot-headed and defensive, especially towards me lately. But now that I'm actually asking for his help, he just doesn't seem to care. Mary, there really is nothing you can do. What's he gonna do? Just, like, run around, seeing if there's, like, some guy in a hood still nearby? When it took you so long? When it took you so long to actually, like, contact him? No way. I went home disappointed that night. I could barely eat or brush my teeth properly. I almost went straight to bed. But no, I couldn't do that. I just couldn't. Even if I wanted to. Hello again. Good evening. Was that you in my diner today? I already told you it wasn't. Do you not believe me? Do you really blame me for not trusting you? What do you want from me? Nothing. I just need you to be you and to stay out of trouble. I'm not really sure what else to say. That's okay. I prefer when you don't ask questions. Why's that? You know what they say. Curiosity kills the cat. Good night, Mary. So much for getting a good night's sleep. Sorry. I'm very yawny today. I would make a joke about Yanni, like the musician, but I don't know anything about him, so. Mary, are you still sleeping? Mary? No, I don't want to get up yet. Let me sleep. I had a long night last night. Hello, normal being. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. A long night? Oh, did I miss something? I wasn't paying attention. No. A long night. You went to bed at 8:30. I didn't sleep well. Well, your mother's making pancakes if you want any. I may be wrong, but I think, yeah? Yeah, you probably were. And we're finally getting around to playing it now. I found out it was on Steam, so I decided to use that version instead of the itch.io version because Steam is so convenient. Well, your mother's making pancakes if you want any. Do they have chocolate chips? Of course, it's Sunday. Okay, I'll be down soon. Aw, she's still wearing her favorite outfit even back then. I quickly got out of bed and got dressed, yawning as I descended down the stairs. Unless this is a nightmare. Even from the top of the stairs, I could already smell the chocolate. If you don't hurry, I'm gonna eat all of them. Dad! Oh, you know, I'm just teasing you. Besides, your mom would kill me if I did. It's fine. To recap, so far, we've met this girl Twyla who's writing a report about the murders, or the Blackstone Butcher or whatever this place is called. We also met Reginald at the library. He keeps wanting to give us books at the cemetery. We haven't met him there yet. We met what's his name? Croven's partner Vasilis. We didn't get, I don't know if we were supposed to be able to get that person's number, but we do not have it. And we met up with Croven at Planet Dollars to have some lunch. And he was like, no, don't talk to Twyla. And then we visited Mary's house, or old house, where we bumped into an intruder, and we called Croven to try to take care of it. And he was not being particularly helpful, according to Mary. But on you know, I'm on Croven's side there because, like, what was he gonna do? Mary clearly did not want to call the police. And Croven would not be able to. I guess I'm on the Croven route. And yeah, Croven, there's not really anything Croven would have been able to do in that situation. I got downstairs and sat at the counter beside my dad. The first part and second part is necessary for choosing a route. I see. There was a plate waiting for me, and my mother was behind the counter drinking her morning coffee like usual. Thank you for breakfast, Mom. Of course, dear. So do you have any plans today? No, not really. Aw, is Croven busy today? I don't know, probably. Well, we can always do something if you want. We can? Of course we can. You want to see this new movie? The horror one with the janitor? Why don't we go tonight? Are you sure? Aren't you busy? You know, I'm never too busy for my little girl. That sounds really fun, but what about Mom? Are you really worrying about me? I'll be fine, sweetheart. Go out with your father. We can even call up Crow and see if he wants to come too. I've been really looking forward to this movie. I'm so excited now. This morning has been quite the pleasant surprise, but something feels off. Like I'm forgetting something? No, something Something's weird here. Yeah, so I think this is like a nightmare or a dream or something. I mean, yeah, I don't have a fork right now, but there's definitely something else wrong here. No, that's not it. It's Sunday. We don't open until past noon on Sundays because Mom likes us all to have a nice breakfast together. It's still morning, so... The pancakes are as delicious and fluffy as ever. I don't think Mom has it in her to make a bad-tasting pancake. Or bad-tasting anything for that matter. I really hate coffee, but Mom always loved hers black. It's no different today. It still seems to be steaming, but that's never stopped Mom before. That's fine. He's as chipper as ever, and he brushed his hair this morning, too. Good old Dad. What's wrong with Mom? Mom's fine? Mom's always... Wait. Mom can't talk. Mom is mute. Okay, I thought... Okay, I mentioned that earlier. I was like, is Mom mute, or we're just not hearing what she's saying? Or, like, Mary is not remembering what she's saying. So I was like, I should have said... I was going to say earlier, oh, so we finally get to hear the mom talk. But I guess she really just is mute. Mom's never been able to talk her whole life. I had to learn sign language as a kid to be able to communicate with her. She's never... Whose voice even was that? That was talking to me. My mom doesn't have a voice. What's going on? Mary, you okay, hon? You look like you've seen a ghost. I'm fine. Are you sure, dear? I could make you some tea to help you calm down if you're feeling anxious. No, I'm okay. I think I'm just gonna go to the bathroom. I hopped out my seat and rushed my way over to the ground floor bathroom. That wasn't my mom. Is that even my dad? Are you in, like... Did you slip into an alternate universe, Mary? Alternate dimension, Mary? I was hoping that once in the bathroom I could rinse my face off and make sense of things. But... Mom? Mom, what are you doing here? Weren't you just outside? Mom? Oh no! What a picture. Nice nightmare. Like that expression. It's adorable. What's the matter, Mary? I thought you liked ghosts. There's a funeral today. I'm happy. Is that bad? I'd been planning for it. Why does Mary's room feel so cozy? It feels really cozy. It looks really cozy. Yeah. It's probably the color. For like a cabin in the woods, it looks very cozy. I'd been planning for it. I overheard them talking about it in the cemetery when planning a spot for her. Is that bad? I really enjoy funerals. I always have, even when... I like to see everyone gather around for their lost loved one. They're all so sad. They bring flowers and sometimes even little parting gifts. That's so nice, don't you think? If their spirits could talk, I bet they'd say they appreciate it. Would a ghost attend their own funeral? I would. Well, in any case, I'm excited for the one today. And I'm excited to see what they're like. I feel like if I were a ghost, I'd attend my own funeral. Hopping off the bus that morning, I was glad to see I wasn't too late. It's a good thing I always wear black. No one ever even seemed to turn their head to me as I came near. It started to rain. They never said anything about rain today. But I thought it might when I saw all the clouds out this morning. So I came prepared and brought my umbrella. It was then that I noticed a little old lady with no umbrella. And no one was even bothering to keep her dry. There's good and bad innings in each route, so alright. So I covered her with my umbrella. This old lady's head is floating. Or you can just barely tell her neck is connected. Or is there. It's just the same, almost the same color as her hair. Oh, it's an umbrella. You scared me for a second. Thank you, dear. Of course. Old lady's like, have you washed your outfit recently, Mary? Or child? Pardon me if this sounds rude, but were you one of her friends? We're gonna be honest. No, at least I don't think so. Who died? Oh, well, it was my darling Miss Bella. She passed just last week. My condolences. Forgive me if this sounds rude, but what is your relationship to her? Me? Yes, I'm Spella's mom. I never met you before, have I? That's okay, lots of people haven't. I'm very sorry for your loss. How are you feeling? Feeling? It's impossible for me to feel anything but heartbroken. I truly don't believe I'll ever recover from this. No, don't say that. Why was no one umbrella-ing the mom of the girl who died? She wouldn't want you to think like that, right? It says mom right here, so... She wouldn't want you to think that, right? Yes, I suppose you're right. Oh, so many questions. Alright. She was young, wasn't she? Oh, yes. Much too young for this. Right as things were going her way, she was going to get married in a few months. None of us thought her condition was this bad. It's been cancelled, of course. I mean, you can't... Of course you have to cancel the wedding, right? Especially if the funeral happens before the wedding. There's no... You can't do it in that order. But at least she's wearing the dress now. I'm sure she looks beautiful. She's buried in her wedding dress. Wild. Oh, she was always so beautiful. My darling angel was always too beautiful. She never even got to. Oh, look at me. I'm going to start crying all over again. I promised her I wouldn't. I'm sorry. Do you think she's scared? She's all alone now. Where's she going to go? You will tell her how to get there. The way she is right now. Is she happy? Even if she's not. She's not alone. How can you say she's alone when everyone is here beside her? I know she can't really say much about it, but... Is it bad? I thought the mom was holding a clam. It looks kind of like a clam, sure. I'm sure she's happy to have all her friends and family by her side. All the people here. She meant a lot to them, didn't she? That's why they're here to keep her company. I know a lot of people like to think you're alone when you die. But I think it's hard to consider all this being alone, you know? She's not alone when we're all here. Yes, I suppose that's true. You blow your nose on abalone? We're all here together, aren't we? Then, I suppose I'm glad she isn't alone. Yes, me too. I'm sorry if I've upset you by talking about her so much, miss. It is a funeral, after all. I should behave more respectfully. No, it's quite all right. Talking about it has actually helped a little bit. I feel a little better hearing your thoughts. Is that so? I'm glad then. Yes, thank you. I'm so sorry. I didn't even catch your name. It's all right. My name is Mary. Mary. Oh, hold on a moment. Do you mean to say that you're Cemetery Mary? I see my reputation precedes me. Yes, that's me. I see. Thank you, Mary. If Spella was here, I'm sure she'd want to thank you too. She is here, but hearing it from you means enough already. Thank you as well. Aw, that was a cute scene. It was a lovely funeral. The coffin was lowered, and soon enough the rain stopped. Imagine meeting a cemetery celebrity at your beloved one's funeral. True. I watched everyone say their goodbyes to her and to each other, and then steadily they left. Soon it was just me and the lady. I'd have felt bad if I overstayed my welcome. I didn't want to outlast her at her own daughter's funeral. So I quietly said my goodbyes and left. But to my surprise, someone was there waiting for me on the sidewalk. Hey, it's Crovin. Hey, Mares. You good? Yeah, I'm good. What are you doing out here? I don't know, I remember you talking about some sort of funeral happening today. Figured I'd stop by and ask if you wanted to hang after. But I guess now is after, so... Wanna hang now? Oh, alright. Why does the brown bricks look like chocolate bars? Because chocolate goes with everything. Chocolate is the best. So chocolate bricks are even better than regular bricks. What's that look for? Oh, nothing. It's nothing. It's just, well, I don't know. You've been kind of in a bad mood lately. It's kind of sudden that you want to hang out right now. Is there any reason for that? Nothing special. Not like I have any other plans or anything today or anything, so no one's been responding to my texts, so... Oh, I see. Are you good? Yeah, I'm good. So we hanging or not? Yeah. Just, you're not, gonna get snappy with me, are you? No promises. Crovin! I'm kidding. I won't. Come on, let's go. Where are we eating? I followed Crovin down the sidewalk as we headed somewhere. Suddenly he wants to spend time with me again, even though the other times it's like he can't wait to get as far away from me as possible. That's just... Oh, what's the word for it? Look, sometimes you just want to hang out with different people, okay? Sometimes you're just not in the mood for a certain person. It might sound rude, and it probably is, but sometimes I just do not want company. Still, though, I would appreciate the time he wanted to spend with me when he did. Oh, that's such an adorable smile he's got. We kept walking together. I kind of just let him lead and followed him wherever it was he was going. Actual happy smile, it's true. I think he should get his eyes looked at, though. They're a little red. I didn't even think to ask until we'd been walking a block or two already. Hey, where are we going, actually? Mary is also very adorable, but her eyes are a different kind of red, you know? Are we just wandering? Oh no. I figured we could go to the arcade together. Ever since I was there the other day, I've been itching to go back. And it's not like I can play the fighting games alone. I mean, I can, but it's not as fun. It's true, though. It's true. Playing fighting games alone is not as fun. The arcade? I felt so excited. I couldn't remember the last time I went to the arcade. Or any arcade, for that matter. I wondered if it still looked the same as it does in my head. I wondered if it still had the same cream machine. Well, those questions would be answered shortly enough. Next time on Cemetery Mary. Prizes. Look at this person over here is very focused on this lightning bolt game. The automatic doors in front of the familiar brick building began to open up. Oh my god, the floor pattern. It is so arcade. Why do they all have that kind of floor pattern where it's just like dark, but with like pink and purple and gold designs that are all like everywhere? The bright light from outside leaked into the dark interior of the building. The arcade. Oh, it's just how I remembered it. Except cleaner and with a new carpet. And I was taller now. Oh goodness, I haven't been in the arcade in so long. Really? My friends are here my friends and I are here all the time. Honestly, it's kind of a wonder we haven't been kicked out by now. Don't tell anyone, but I cheated at skee-ball the last time I was here. Maybe we can do that again today and rack in some tickets. And we can finally get that lava lamp from the prize booth. But only if they still have it in the blue color. This is so exciting. What should we play first? I don't know. Why don't we look around and see? Crovin and I sought out a game to play. We tried to look for ones we could play together since we were both here. It was a bit of a challenge finding one that was free, though. I guess everyone else had the same idea we did to come here today. Say, last time you were here, that's when you met that person, right? Vasilis, I think? Yeah, what about him? Well, how are they? You haven't talked about them since the Planet Dollars. I noticed Croven's face go a little red. Oh, are you still seeing them? Then none of your business. Croven said as he avoided eye contact with me. Although it was a little bit snappy, I could tell he didn't mean it maliciously. Eventually a fighting game opened up, just like he was hoping for. So we made our way over to begin playing. I'm not all that good at fighting games, or video games in general. But I have fun playing them regardless. As we selected our characters, Croven said he wouldn't go easy on me, so I had to make sure I gave it my all. Alright, so she's using a bunny girl and Croven's using whatever this person is. I don't know how to describe this person. It's like a space suit with... I didn't know what's going on. Did they have like gray tights? Purple and green short shorts? What a color scheme. Alright, here we go. You ready? I think so. Maybe. Well, you better be. What should I do? Oh. Alright, we got, okay. Punch, punch, kick, punch, block. Kick, punch, kick, block, kick. Let's do this one. Not bad. But I'm better. Oh yeah? We're jumping. Are you sure you haven't been in here a while? Bow, block, clap, bend. Is that a rabbit and steel dancer? It might be. And this one on the left is definitely Ranma, right? Yeah. I don't know. I feel like you're lying to me to make me let my guard down. Alright. It's time. You gotta... no, I lost. Dang it. Haha, the Scarecrow strikes again. Scarecrow? That's me. Since when did you start calling yourself that? Not important, don't worry about it. It was good playing against you, though. You'll do better next time. Croven and I played a few more games after that. Some more fighting ones, 1 or 2 racing ones, all the kinds of games you can play with 2 players. Those kinds of games don't really give out tickets, though, so it looked like we wouldn't be getting that lava lamp today. Playing all these games was really fun, but I could see how it was starting to tire Croven out. We were about to leave when I spotted it. I tugged down Croven's sleeve, to which he turned and looked at it. His expression is amazing. Also, her expression is amazing. He groaned. Really? Crane machine? You know they're just scams for your money, right? The toys in there are so cheap anyway, and don't you have enough? Alright, fine, I'll try it. Just keep in mind that I'm rusty, okay? Croven and I walked up to the crane machine. He reached into his pockets for his wallet, as I pressed my face into the glass in excitement. If there's one problem I definitely have aside from all the others, it's that I love plushies too much. I always collect them, even though they usually just sit all pretty in my room. There's just something about how soft and comforting they are. Is that a fake Pikachu? Back when we were kids, Croven and I would come to this arcade whenever he was in town. I always tried to win things from the crane machine, but I could never do it. Dad will always try too, but he was like me and could never quite get it right. But Croven seemed to have a gift when it came to this stuff. It wasn't all the time, but more often than not, he was able to win things, and he always gave them to me. Most of the time, anyways. Alright, here we go. I heard him say as the claw lowered into the pit of toys and stuffed animals. I couldn't quite see what it was grasping, but it got something. When it raised itself up, it was a box? One of the mystery boxes holding a mystery prize inside. I'd never seen Croven win one of these before. I don't think I've ever seen anyone win one of these before. The box slid down into the prize chute, and I took it out. I dug into the tightly sealed tape with my fingernails and grabbed the flaps of the cardboard as I took out the prize. It was... a book? Mom's voice is in the box. It's Ursula stole her voice a long time ago and put it in a box in a crane game. Despite having just come out of the machine, the book itself seemed a little old and worn. The cover read, How to Talk to Ghosts. Interesting. See, Mary, I told you these machines are all scams. He wants to win a book. What do you mean? It's perfect. I love it. Thank you for letting me have it. She's got little stars in her eyes. Huh? Since nothing. I mean, as long as you're happy with it, I guess it's fine. Kroven and I left the arcade after that. But I had quite the pep in my step. I'm sure I was so happy with my new prize. As I was so happy with my new prize. And to be spending the day with him again. It was actually a bit late in the day by the time we got out, so we grabbed something quick to bring back home for dinner. It was nice to be riding the bus back with Kroven this time. How are they dealing with money? It made the ride and walk back to the cabin feel much less lonely. And much less scary. After retiring to our rooms that night, I put the book on a bedside table to remember to read it later. I got all ready for bed, and then pulled my phone out, knowing I wouldn't be able to rest until this was taken care of. I still don't understand what's going on with this bunny bear. There's like surgical head swap going on, and there's a skull with a wig. This isn't even a plush, Mary. Why do you have this? Hey, are you still there? Hello? I'm here. What can I help you with? I mean, I think you already know the answer to that. They have government-approved stimulus. They're chilling. I see. I mean, I think you already know the answer to that. Right. I'm sorry. There's nothing I can do for you in that regard. Can you tell me who you are now, then? We've been over this, haven't we? Yes, but I've never gotten an answer that I liked. I'm sorry about that. But there's nothing I can do in that regard either. Why'd you even message me in the first place? I thought it would help you feel better. But if you truly want me to stop, I can do that. No. Don't. And I won't stop replying to you. But for now, I'll have to. Good night, Mary. What a mystery. I woke the next morning pretty early. Earlier than usual. But I didn't feel tired. In fact, I actually felt pretty good. Yesterday was just a bit of a better day than usual. And I'm glad it happened. I tried to be quiet as I walked past Kroven's door that morning. I saw that he left it open a crack, so I peeked inside. He was sleeping still. Drooling on his pillow, an arm hanging over the side. He looked absolutely silly. But it was nice to see him getting some rest for once, instead of racing to get out of the house before dawn. Seeing as he was still home, I thought it might be nice if I made breakfast for the two of us. I went downstairs and into the kitchen and started preparing some stuff with what we had. A while later, I heard Kroven coming down the stairs from the thump of his steps, but he still alerted me by asking, "Are you cooking something down here? Come into the kitchen. I just finished making pancakes." What kind? What other kind? Chocolate chip? Duh. You're right. It was foolish of me to ask. It's so cute. Kroven took us to his usual chair in the kitchen as I set out plates for us. Do you want milk or water? Milk, of course. What kind of stupid asshole do you take me for? Kroven seemed preoccupied by his phone, but I was in too nice of a mood to care about that. I gave us both milk glasses and put some chocolate syrup on the table just in case. Because, you know, you can never have too much. It's true. They understand me. Chocolate gang, rise. Kroven, are you doing anything today? Huh? Why? I just had a lot of fun yesterday, I don't know. Choco shots would be great. Choco shots from a Choco fondue fountain. I thought maybe we could do something again today, if you wanted to. Oh, you wanna? I haven't really been planning on it. I mean, it's okay if you're busy and all. Well, I mean, there's some things I have to take care of first. You could go for some pancakes, I could go for some pancakes. It's true. Will you be free later tonight? I mean, yeah, I guess. I don't really hang out with anyone besides you anyways. Alright, cause the gang and I were thinking of heading to the club tonight. The gang? You know, me and my buds. Oh, I've heard you talk about them, but I've never met them before. See? Perfect then. Oh, we're meeting as friends. You can come to the club with us. Meet him. We can let loose over a few drinks. It's all good. I don't drink, but I don't mind terribly going to a club with Kroven. I've never really been to a club before, even though I'm sure I'm not really the kind of crowd they expect to see there. I was always curious to see what one was like, so I looked forward to it. I tried to keep myself busy throughout the day. I cleaned the table a bit, or the cabin a bit, as it had been getting a bit out of shape. The cabin was falling apart. We had to build up some new rooms, make it a better shape, and tried to start a grocery list, since I was sure we'd have to go on a run soon. Despite how I thought I might feel, I was excited, actually. Turning rhomboid, it's true. Those sides need to all be equal length. I'd never met these friends of Kroven, but I know that he's known them for a while. At least, since he's been living closer to Blackwood, but maybe even earlier? There's been times where Kroven would rush out of the house during dinner just to go meet them. At least, I always assumed it was them. He was always hanging out with them as far as I know. Despite how much time he seems to spend with them, I've never met them or even seen what they look like before. I always hear good things about them from him, though. So at the very least, I trust that they're nice people. I hope they like me. I kept up with Kroven throughout the day. I had to ride the bus into town without him this time, but that was okay. The hard part was following his directions. This club seemed like an awful lot of work to get to, but I was eventually able to find it after I realized it was sunken into the sidewalk. There was a staircase leading down to the entryway. It's one of those kinds of clubs. Is there a name for that kind of, entrance? Like a basement entrance or something like that? And I heard Kroven yell, "Oh, there she is," as I cascaded down them and finally met the people I'd heard so much about. _ground. Yo, there's one on the right, though. Looks like they're about ready to, go feral, I don't know. Here she is. Gal of the hour. It's nice to... was all I could mutter out. He appeared more rough than I was expecting. Also, this one's... I guess this one is a squirrel person and this one is a goat person? Is that what's going on? I mean, I knew that was kind of the look and crowd Kroven liked to hang around, but... maybe I wasn't ready to meet them as I thought. Alright, check them out. Fellas, this is Mary. Mary, these are the fellas. My dude over there is Theodore. My other gal over there is Zapara. Yo. Aw, she's kind of cute, Kroven. In a scary kind of way. Yeah. Creepy cute, as they say. I like her eyes. They're just screaming like, "Hey, looky, I've got a demon inside me." What? I like her horns too. Really sells the look. Kroven's friends. I wasn't sure how to feel about their compliments. Or how they were looking at me. It felt as if they were eyeing me down and they stood off mostly to Kroven's other side. I wish they'd stop looking at me like that. I wasn't really sure what to say. Alright, what are we waiting for then? Let's get in there. I peered around Kroven and his pals. There was a bouncer in front of the door. He seemed like a giant compared to us. I could also see that he was kind of glaring at us. I whispered over to Kroven, Is that guy gonna let us in? Huh? Oh, no, definitely not. It's cool though, I'm gonna be a distraction. And you guys will run in and I'll find my own way in. Really? That's what we're doing? Huh? We've done this plenty of times before, so don't worry about it. I promise it's gonna be okay. If you've done that many times before, how has the bouncer just not already confronted you? If you say so. I mean, you do seem to know your way around this better than I do. That a girl. It's easy. You don't even have to do anything. Except go with the flow. I watched as Kroven walked right up to the bouncer and promptly kicked his... Oh dear. Kroven then zipped right past us, the bouncer charging down his path, missing the rest of us by a hair. Before I could even call out to him, I felt a tug on my arm as Theodore and Zapara pulled me to the door. Come on, dumbass! That's our opening! And I was brought inside without any more protest. I forgot how loud clubs are supposed to be. I mean, I'd never been in one before, and I expected them to be loud, of course, but I didn't like the way the music felt as it pumped through my ears. Made my bones shake. It was pretty dark, but there were also plenty of colorful strobing lights about. There was a large dance floor and a DJ booth and a bar off to the side, and plenty of people were up and dancing. We'd only been here for a few minutes, but I could already feel how humid the atmosphere was. And there was no doubt it would only start feeling more apparent as the night went on. I looked around us. Crovin wasn't anywhere, and I was stuck here with his friends. They were talking to each other, but I couldn't hear any of what they were saying over the booming music. They seemed to hear each other just fine, though. Why did I say it that way the first time? Eventually, they started walking somewhere. I trailed close behind them, not wanting to lose them in the crowd of people. They sat down at a table, and I awkwardly squeezed in next to them. I'm wondering where the story's going. We seem to have kind of lost track of the mystery stuff at the moment. To my surprise, Theodore took out a cigarette and a lighter. I wasn't sure if he was allowed to smoke in here, but I felt too intimidated to question it, especially to someone I didn't know. I was also starting to worry about Crovin. Theodore did it? He still wasn't here yet. No, it was the bouncer. The bouncer did it! I considered taking out my phone and calling him, just to be safe, but before I knew it, he was heading to our table. She finds out the ghosts love the club. It's true. He even had a drink in hand. I was astonished as he sat down next to us as if nothing had happened. Jeez, can you believe these assholes? Yeah, I can believe it. Look, his eyes get dark in some of the light. She's so smiley. Oh, I can believe it. Especially when it comes to you. Hey, shut up. I don't understand why it's always gotta be like this. I'm giving them money after all. Shouldn't that be enough for them? How'd you get back here anyway? Don't worry about it, Mares. Baby Seal loves the club. I don't think Baby Seals love clubbing at all. I got it all under control. He says that. I say it because it's true, you fucking dick. So, what were we talking about over here? Nothing. We're just waiting for you to show up. Aww, waiting on little me. That's so sweet. So sweet I could puke. Oh, again? Shut the fuck up, dickwad. Crovin and his friends laughed amongst each other. Mary is not feeling this crowd. Come on. Alright. Anyone could see how close they were with just a quick glance at them right now. They seemed to make him happy. Happier than I'd seen him in a while. I liked seeing Crovin interacting with them and seeing how well they got along. But that just that just made me feel like even more of an outsider, sitting amongst them all. Oh, Mary, was it? Theodore took a long drag of his cigarette and then blew it right in my face. Wow, really? I tried to keep a polite demeanor as he did so. What do you do? Huh? I'm sorry, I don't understand. It's an easy question, ain't it? What do you do? What do I do? What's your job, sweetheart? Oh, I used to be a waitress, but it only lasted a little while. I'm, not the best when it comes to people, I guess. Luckily, I've been able to stay with Crovin while I try to sort things out. He's been very generous letting me stay. Oh, Crovin's letting you have it easy, huh? You mooch off him then? Playing things smart if you are. What's he brought you for, huh? Huh? If it's a jacuzzi, I can try. Can I try it? Wait, What's he bought for you, huh? If it's a jacuzzi, can I try it? Hey, knock it off, huh? No, it's not like that. Unless it is. Does Kroven think I'm mooching off him? You would say that, huh? I'm not following. Don't worry about it. Zap's just a fucking idiot. Yeah, says you. Point proven. Anyways. So, Mary, where'd you get those eyes, huh? My parents gave them to me? Wow, geez, must have been a disappointing present. If my mom was gonna give me eyes like a dead fish, I'd have been bawling. I hope they kept the receipt. What? It's just Josh and you don't take it too seriously. Yeah, I'm just having a bit of fun. I think Mary's too nice of a name for her, though. Nice? Nice, like soft. It's too soft. Like a pansy. If she's gonna be hanging with us, she needs a cool name. Should we call her Maris too, then? Buzz off. Only I'm allowed to call her that. Oh, I know. We can call her Scary Mary. Scary Mary? Well, hold on now. It's pretty fitting, I think. You think I'm scary? Oh, definitely. I think I'm scared when I go to sleep tonight. You'll be standing at the foot of my mattress. And you'll say something like, only a week remains. I mean... I guess I can kind of see that. You can? She ever do that to you, Kroven? Yeah, nah, I'm just joking. Mary's too soft. She's like a marshmallow. Well, you know what we do with marshmallows, right? I felt weird. Everything just felt like too much. Like there wasn't enough room for everything that was happening. The lights, the music, the people, Kroven's friends. It was all a bit too much for me. I need to... Excuse me, I'm going to go to the bathroom. Oh, that's it. She's like Bloody Mary. Sneaking into the bathroom to take her next victim through the mirror. Easy on them, won't ya? The lights in the bathroom ain't that good, and you'll scare the shit out of someone looking like that. I got up from the table and squirmed my way through the crowd, looking for the ladies' room. I'd begun to regret coming here. Even if it weren't for the way his friends were talking, I wasn't a fan of this atmosphere. I'm only up for... What's the standard number of PSIs? I can't believe I ruined my joke by not knowing what normal atmospheric pressure is. SMH. It was so loud and so bright. I never liked this kind of stuff. Why did I come again? I went into the bathroom, and only there did I realize how sweaty I was. It felt gross. I went over to one of the sinks and rinsed my hands and face with some cold water. Kroven never told me his friends were like that. When he used to describe them to me, they always seemed... Please don't... What? Seal? When he used to describe them to me, they always seemed so much nicer through his words. Although, should I have expected any different? I always knew that these were the kind of people Kroven liked to hang out with. I don't know why. Kroven's such a nice person, even if he hasn't been the nicest lately. Still, Kroven being moody. It'll pass. He'll start feeling better eventually. And he'll go back to treating me like how he did before. Right? But these people... I just met them, and yet the way they talk to me... Kroven didn't even seem to mind it that much. Maybe I was the problem then? I probably shouldn't have taken things so seriously. Before I could have my thoughts to myself much longer, though, someone opened one of the stalls behind me. I hadn't even noticed someone was here. It's a good thing I wasn't thinking out loud. She approached the sink to wash her hands, and I realized it was... Twyla? Oh, hey. Didn't expect to see you here. Doesn't really seem like your type of event. Is she an owl? Is that why she's like the Kaipora Gobora from Zelda? Is that where her eyebrows are coming from? No offense. I could say the same about you. What are you doing here? I come here a lot, actually. Really? I wouldn't have expected that from you. Well, it's not a lot. I just meet up with some friends here every once in a while. It's where they like to be. Getting more moth vibe? It could be a moth, yeah. How about you? Croven wouldn't like if I found out Croven wouldn't like if he found out I was talking to Twyla right now. I don't know how Twyla feels about him, so it might not be the best time to bring him up to her. I was just invited by a friend. I've never been to one of these places, so I thought it could be nice. But it's really loud out there. And my friend brought some of his other friends, and they're what? I don't know. Obnoxious, maybe? I don't know. That feels mean to say, but they feel kind of mean to me. Mean how? I don't know, like, compare me to Bloody Mary and stuff. Gross. That sucks. That's why I'm in here, actually. I don't really think I want to go back out again. Huh. I can do you a favor if you'd like. Oh? My friends and I, we actually sit in the VIP area. It's a lot more chill over there, for lack of a better word. Wait, you're actually inviting me? We haven't even known each other that long. And VIP rooms are expensive too, aren't they? It's fine. We're gonna be working together, right? So we should help each other. Besides, I have a feeling you're not really gonna come back to this place after tonight. So I don't think anyone will be bothered by you just being here one time. What should I do? Twyla's offer does sound very appealing, but Croven invited me here. Can I really just leave him alone? I know he's with friends, but... oh, still. What if he started wondering about me? And if he finds out I was hanging around with Twyla, he might get upset with me again. Our relationship was starting to get better. I don't want him to get mad at me again. What should I do? We are taking Twyla's offer. That sounds really nice, thank you. You're welcome. I left the bathroom with Twyla. It almost seemed as if there were more people now than when I had entered. Alienation and ditching, true club experience. I suppose it was completely possible, but it made me feel claustrophobic as I exited the muffled comfort of the bathroom. Twyla snapped me out of it, though. She gestured for me to follow her, so I did. We squeezed past people until we made it to a pair of big double doors. There was a tall man standing before these doors, too. There was even a red velvet rope like the kind you see in the movies. I never thought I'd see one in real life. How expensive was this room? Upon seeing Twyla, the man reached over to unhook the rope and opened the door, allowing us entry. I followed Twyla inside. As the door closed behind us, I instantly felt more at ease. Twyla was right. It was a lot more chill in here. For starters, it was much more well lit. No flashing lights, just pretty chandeliers that radiated a warm, sophisticated aura. The music in here was also a lot calmer. Didn't quite make my ears ring like the music outside did. I could still feel the muffled thumps of the outside music, but it didn't bother me nearly as much now. They had their own music playing. It wasn't completely my style, but still. Plenty preferable to what was out there. I continued to follow Twyla as she walked over to one of the tables. There were a few tables in here, some more crowded than others, but there was still a fairly small amount of people in here. The table Twyla approached already had someone sitting on it. The table Twyla approached already had someone sitting at it. But she appeared to know Twyla as we made our way over and sat down beside her. Twy, you're back. Huh? You even made a new friend while you were outside. That's so neat. You've got, like, the magic touch, Twy. Ignore her, Mary. She's a bit drunk. Oh my gosh, I'm not. I'm just, like, so happy to be making even more friends. When I was a kid, my parents were worried I wouldn't make any friends. They should have just taken me to the clubs. It's so easy to make friends here. Right. Anyway, Mary, can I offer you anything? Drinks are on me, so... Oh, drinks are always on Twy. It's like, order whatever you want and run her dry. We also have other things besides drinks if you prefer. Oh? Oh. Oh, thank you, but no thank you. I'm good. Besides, someone has to make sure everyone gets home safe tonight. Smart girl. Don't start any mess. It's a bit too late for some people at this table. Oh, are you talking about me? She's so silly. Anyway, do you want any updates on our little situation we're taking care of? Oh, is it alright to talk around? Oh yeah, that'll be fine. Trust me, she's not gonna remember any of it. What? Not true. I've got, like, elephant memory. Oh yeah? Twyla pointed at me from across the table. What's your name, then? I said it a few times already. Hint? Right. Twyla turned back to face me, as we were saying. Anything on your end? What are these options? Well, I think. No, I'm sorry. I haven't had a lot of time to look into it more, and I haven't really... It's fine. I don't have much either. We just started, so I'm not gonna hold it against you that harshly. We should start buckling down on it, though. But I think it's okay if we take a break tonight. Yeah. So, tell me about the friend you came with. Oh, why? Just trying to make conversation, that's all. And like we said, this isn't really your thing. I find it odd someone like you is friends with someone who generally seems to enjoy this place. Oh, well, I know him my whole life pretty much, so there's that. One of those kinds of friends? Yeah. Don't get me wrong, he's like one of my closest friends, but I guess our personalities are just headed in different directions as we got older. So, I don't know, like, I mean, we're not too different. We both wear a lot of black, and we're into, like, similar things. But he's very out there and high energy and obnoxious. And his friends are that way too, you said? Yeah. I just met them tonight. I thought it could be fun, but I don't know. It hasn't been feeling very fun. I'm kind of wishing I met them somewhere else, maybe. Out of the clubs are the best place to meet people. What? What are you talking about? I think it's great. It's fine, Mary. After all, you can't expect everyone to like you. What they say, huh? Huh? They just, called me scary looking. But it's not like I haven't heard it before, so... Right, well, like I said, it's fine. I brought you here after all, so you don't have to sit with them anymore. Aw, Twilight's so nice. Yeah, she's just lucky. Lucky? And so are you, so don't get things confused. Aw, I changed my mind then. He's mean. I sat with them for a while. We didn't talk about all that much. Well, Twyla and I didn't, at least. The drunk girl went on and on about a bunch of stories of hers. I never learned her name or how she knew Twyla, but she was very nice and seemed to be having fun. I know she was drunk, but still, she was nice. And speaking of people who were drunk, I started getting some texts from Crovin, who seemed plenty drunk from the way he was typing. Hey Mars, where'd you go? You've been gone for a while and you're not constipated or anything, right? If somebody's giving you a hard time, you know who to call. Don't even worry, I'll beat him up for you if you need to. Oh, Crovin, please. I ought to go get him. Thank you for letting me stay with you guys, but I think I'm gonna get going. Oh, why is that? A friend's messaging me, and I think he's a little too drunk right now. Reminds me of someone. Oh, who? I'm gonna go, but thank you again. Really, thank you. I appreciate it. Good night, Mary. Aw, she's leaving? That's so sad. Goodbye. I like that girl. Whatever her name is. I left out the double doors and tried to remember my way out to our table. It was a bit hard to see with all the crazy lights and people, but I did make it back. Kiss goodbye. When I got there, Crovin was slumped over the table, hiccuping and mumbling things to himself. He never used to be this bad when it came to drinking. I picked him up off the table and told his friends I ought to get him home. They didn't protest in the slightest. I wished them a good night, slumped Crovin over my shoulder, and headed to the exit. I wasn't sure how I was going to be able to get Crovin out without the bouncer noticing, but to my surprise, when I opened the door, no one was out there. I was confused, but I also wasn't going to pass up the opportunity. I hurried along as fast as I could, what with Crow on top of me and all. We then waited together at the bus stop for the next bus to come, so that we could get home. It was hard for me to tell if Crovin was passed out or not while we were waiting, but he got up when the bus arrived. I still carried him, though, just in case he tripped over himself. And we got on the bus together. Oh, dark scene. The bus ride was long and tiring. Crovin leaning over me, his breath reeking of overpriced alcohol. It was even harder getting off the bus. I still carried him because I know he needed me. Mary! Yes? Are you okay? Mary! I never liked seeing him like this. But at least I knew that when he was with me, he was safe. Yes, Crovin? I love you. I love you too. And I really do. I've always loved Crovin. He was like family, and the first friend I'd ever made. The only friend I'd ever made. Hearing him say he loved me was something he seldom did as the years passed. So hearing him say it right now, well, I wish I could say it made me feel very happy. It did make me feel a little happy, but I wish it was something I could hear him say when he was sober, too. I carried Crovin back up to his room and laid him on top of his bed. I think he passed out the minute his head hit the pillow. I kissed his forehead goodnight and headed to my own room. I wish I could have slept as easily as he did, but I had one more thing to take care of first. Are you there? I have a question for you. Yes? What do you do all day? I can't answer that. Why not? You definitely don't just sit at the phone all day. Well, of course I don't. And what do you do? Can't tell you. That depends on what you classify as being bad. Well, I mean, just bad stuff? And what does that consist of? Just because something is illegal doesn't always mean it's bad. And just because something is a law doesn't mean it's good. I know that. In that case, are you worried I did something illegal? Or are you worried I did something bad? You still haven't answered me, though. What is it that you do? I look out for you. Good night, Mary. Well, that was not a... Mary's not gonna get answers out of this person, whoever they are. It's been a few days since that night. When Crovin got up in the morning, he had a humongous hangover. He was stuck home with me because, well, there was no way I was letting him out when he seemed so sick. I reminded him not to drink so much. It wasn't healthy for him. He didn't really seem to care, though. Twyla's been texting me, too. I haven't really seen her in person since seeing her at the club, but she texts me often. Sometimes we'll agree to meet up somewhere, but something always seems to get in the way, so we haven't been able to yet. Must nap, Night V? Alright. Enjoy your nap. I feel bad, though. She texts me updates a lot of things she's wondering about, weapons, methods, potential victims, but I oftentimes don't know what to say in return. Or ever really have anything to show her. I've been wondering if I should start investigating on my own, as to not let her down. But she seems so confident in what she's doing. I wouldn't even know where to start, and I don't even know how I would start anyways. So for now, I've just been staying home. It's been raining a lot too, so it's not the most apt time to be outside anyway. But even though I haven't left the house in a while, I've been able to stay entertained. Oh, she's reading the book. I started reading the book that Crovin had won me in the crane machine. When I saw the title, How to Talk to Ghosts, I figured it was, well, figurative. I thought it would be some spooky story with a clever title, but to my surprise, it is written as more of an instructional guide. It's a very interesting read. And I'm curious as to how they got all this information anyways. As previously mentioned, ghosts exist on a different plane of existence. That much is obvious. Yet they can't communicate with us, or they can communicate with us, despite their beings existing on a separate layer from ours. We see time and time again their attempts to reach us. Perhaps it is because they are angry. Perhaps it is because they are lonely. Does each ghost exist on their own? Or do spirits share a realm with one another, expanding and everlasting? Is there a heaven? Is there a hell? Or is there only purgatory, stretching for miles beyond what we can comprehend? These are questions I cannot answer, For if I could, I wouldn't be here writing this right now, would I? But there is a question I have been able to answer. Since ghosts can make contact with us, I often wondered, could we contact them? Sure, you've heard of psychics and mediums and whatnot. That is only half of what I'm talking about. Being born with the innate ability is a factor, of course, but I wanted to delve deeper than that. Despite where they may exist, they can clearly affect things in our realm. They can reach us, and like one-way glass, I know they can see us. But what if we could see them? It is not enough to hear them. I wanted to see them. To travel to where they are. To believe that, when you die, perhaps your soul can become unrestricted. But what if we could accomplish the opposite? What if a living being had the ability to unrestrict itself before death? Perhaps it sounds like crazy... Oh. Perhaps it sounds like crazy talk, but you will find that I successfully... Oh, my phone is ringing. Hello? Yo, where are you? Huh? What do you mean? I'm at home. What? Well, that's lame. I thought you'd be out, but... Heaven or hell, fight! It's true. I thought you'd be out by the cemetery by now. That's kind of your thing, right? Well, I mean, it's raining, no? Nah, just a little cloudy out. Besides, I was gonna be heading there, so I thought I'd meet up with you or something. And we could, like, get lunch or dinner or whatever later, I don't know. That sound good to you? Oh, well, I can leave now if you'd like. Yeah, come on. I should be there by the time you get here. So don't keep me waiting long. Alright. Well, it looks like I wouldn't be stuck at home all day after all. I put my book down and made sure the fire was completely out before going to meet with Crovin. I felt so surprised, but it was nice to see that he wanted to spend more time with me. I hoped that this would continue, and when my parents come back, maybe everything will start to feel a little bit more normal again. Lots of dots. Oh, she just likes to hang out at the cemetery. That's her place to hang out. I hopped off the bus, arriving in town again. It was very cloudy, but the air didn't feel moist at all. Maybe the rainy weather would finally take a break. I made my way over to the cemetery once again. I hoped that I didn't keep Crovin waiting too long, but I was a bit surprised when I arrived. Oh, the friends are here. Hey, you made it. Nurse? Oh, yes, I'm here. Crovin's other friends were here too. Why are we waiting for her again? We already know how to get what we want. Hey, chill out. Mary loves this place. I figured we were gonna be here anyways. Might as well invite her. Well, we're here. We're all here. Let's go. We all stepped through the cemetery gates. Theodore and Zapara kind of walked ahead, but I pulled Crovin to the side and had him walk a bit behind with me. Oh, something wrong? I'm sorry, Crovin. When you invited me to hang out, I thought it was just going to be the two of us. Oh, I see. Oh, this is still cool, right? I mean, you like them, don't you? Seriously? I don't know. Come on, Maris, they're not that bad. Do they even like me that much? Yeah, sure they do. See about that scary Mary comment? I thought it was just yes or no. Yes? Yeah, I thought so. But hey, they're not like that. Yeah, Crovin and Mary are... I think they're cousins. Promise, you just met them at the wrong environment, that's all. They currently live together because... let's see. So there's been murders happening in the town. Blackwood, I think it's called. And, Mary was sent to live with her aunt and uncle and their kid, who is this guy. But recently the aunt and uncle died, and Mary's parents have gone missing. So they're currently still living in the cabin together. The cabin is like about... So apparently the cabin is like a 10-minute walk to the nearest bus stop, and then a bus ride into town. So it's pretty far away from town. That's why her parents thought it would be safer, I guess. Promise, you just met him in the wrong environment, that's all. It'll be fine. Alright. We started to walk closer to the other two again. I know the cemetery like the back of my own hand, but I wasn't sure exactly where we were going. Or rather, I didn't know where they were going. So, do you guys come here often? I spend a lot of time here and all, but I can't say I remember seeing you guys here before. Well, not really. That's not quite our vibe, but it's good for a few things every now and then. Oh. Are we here to visit someone then? Huh? As if. You'd never catch me here looking like some overwatered pansy. Even when I'm dead. Oh. Then, why are we here? No, there it is. I watched as Theodore approach one of the old trees, near a usually forgotten corner of the cemetery. There's not a lot of graves here. At least not yet. And this tree doesn't provide much shade compared to the others. I watched as Theodore stuck his hand into the hole of the tree. I always figured that squirrels and birds lived in those, so I never went out of my way to bother them. But then I saw what Theodore pulled out. I was very upset, to say the least. Oh no, she's mad. She's mad. Mad Mary. What? What is that? What's in there? What? This? It's just the good stuff. Well, glad stuff, if you want to get technical. Just needed somewhere to hide it that wasn't home for a while. You know, cops and dumbass landlords could be right. And so you just... You hid it here? How dare you? What's the problem? Not like anyone ever comes here anyways. I do. You can't just hide this junk here. Especially junk like that. What do you think this place is? This isn't just some park or stretch of woods. This is a cemetery. Sons, daughters, moms, dads, grandparents, they're all here. And you'll be here one day too, right? You'll join them and you'd be so pissed if someone did the same to you. This is someone's final resting place. How dare you try and taint it, disrespect it, treat it this way. Yo, Maris, you want to chill the fuck out a little bit? It isn't that big of a deal. You say that. How would you feel if someone came into your home and just started wrecking everything? I bet you didn't even think to learn a single name in here. I can't believe you even think something like this is okay. I won't stand for it. Hey, pause off. No! You don't deserve to even have this. Using this place as your hiding ground. What are you doing, Mary? I'm just gonna leave with it anyways. Not soon enough. It shouldn't have been here to begin with. You shouldn't even have this stuff in the first place. It's good for nothing anyways. Let go. Let go already. Uh-oh. I don't know what happened. I think I might have just pulled too hard and I was suddenly thrust backwards. And the next thing I knew, everything was dark. And then in that darkness, I heard giggling. And my eyes began to adjust to the light and I found myself somewhere quite strange. Hi? What? Hiya? Hello? Running out of save slots. Where am I? You're on my boat. I've already gotten dibs on being captain, by the way. Guess you're gonna go on this adventure with me. Huh? Where are we going? I don't know. That's what makes it an adventure. Oh, sounds fun, but I was just with my friends, wasn't I? I was so confused. Where was I? And who's this girl? And are my eyes okay? Yeah, but we're friends too, right? Are we? I'm sorry. I can't say I remember you. Yeah, you do. Come on. Just because I'm a kid doesn't mean I'm stupid. You're always here. I am? Am I? Yeah? You come by to give me flowers like all the time? Huh? Oh, thanks, by the way. I think it's kind of overdue. Thanks? For the flowers, dummy. This girl is indeed cute as fuck. Hey, Kali, how's it going? Hope you're doing well. Mommy always taught me to say please and thank you, especially when someone does something nice for you. And I think he'd want me to say nice things too. So, maybe? Could I please have a teddy bear next time? Huh? The flowers are pretty and all, but I really want a new teddy bear. And I think you choose a really great one, especially with your taste in flowers and stuff. So, pretty please, with a cherry on top and everything? Wait, I'm sorry. Please, slow down. Oh, crap. I forgot. Hold on. Let me do something. I forgot to change this. There's a thing I forgot to change. Wait, I can just do it here. Where is it? Alright. Can you try saying something again in chat, Kali, if you're still around? Alright, anyway. Wait, I'm sorry. Please slow down. I'm still a little confused. How did I get here? Who are you? Oh, I can answer that one. I'm Sunny. Some people here started calling me Sunshine, though. Here... Where's he? Wait. Sunny? Sunny Day? Yeah. But Sunny is... Oh, right. I'm Mary, by the way. It's nice to meet you. So... That teddy bear... yes. Yes, I can bring you one. I'll add it to my shopping list so I can bring it back... bring it next time I come around. But in order to do that, I have to find my friends again. Maybe we'll find them on our adventure. Yes, maybe, but... Am I dreaming? I must be, right? But this... It doesn't feel like a dream. And Sunny... What's the matter? Oh, it's nothing. I'm just... trying to make sense of it all. Okay. But take it easy. You'll give yourself a headache if you think too hard. Yeah, I suppose I might. Do you hear that? Oops. Hear what? Really? Mary! Huh? Oh, thank fuck. Are you okay? Yeah, Oh, no. Man, what happened? You fell back on one of the headstones. You were out cold. It scared the shit out of me. I was gonna bring you to a hospital or something if you didn't wake up soon. Oh. What about your friends? Don't worry about it. Oh, I'm really sorry. I didn't mean to. Said don't worry about it. You won't hang out here anymore, okay? So just drop it. I promised you lunch, didn't I? Let's go. Kroven helped me stand up, and once it was confirmed that I could stand without a problem, he began to make his way to the exit. But I had to check something first. I looked over to the headstone that I'd supposedly knocked myself out on. The name engraved on it. Sunny. Was what I just experienced really a dream? But of all the dreams I could have had, I thought back to the book I read, How to Talk to Ghosts. Maybe, just maybe, I'd have to try and see it again for myself. And maybe it really was. Mary, come on. I'm coming. I hurriedly made my way to Kroven's side, and we quietly went to lunch that day. Neither of us really said much. I felt bad. I knew Kroven and I didn't grow up completely the same, but I had no idea the kind of friends he made were people like this either. Did he always hang around people who acted like this? I didn't know how to feel. The Kroven that I saw around these people isn't the Kroven I'm used to. Who's the Kroven I know? Is he just a ghost too? No, I shouldn't think like that. I just didn't want to think about it at all. We kind of went home together after that. I don't know why. It was just like neither one of us wanted to go on with our day afterwards. So even though we weren't talking, we both went home together. We stayed in separate rooms for the rest of the day. We just did our own thing. Neither one of us felt like talking about it. Dinner was quiet, and I think the only thing I heard him say that evening was good night as I retired to my room. If only I was really going to bed then. Okay. Hello again. You're still here, right? Of course I am. Is everything okay? Yes. On my side, at least. Is everything okay with you? Today was hard. I forgot to say, but it's fine. Why is that? Things were just stressful, that's all. I don't really want to talk about it with you. I just wanted to be honest in my answer. I understand. I'm sure you were carrying a lot of weight on your shoulders. Please take things easy on yourself. I'm positive the last thing you need is more stress right now. It's funny you should say that, considering you're one of the things that worries me the most. I see. I shouldn't worry you more than I have to, then. Good night, Mary. The good nights are no longer coming from Mary. A day or two passed since then. Not much had happened, but I have been unable to stop thinking about my encounter with Sunny. It was just so bizarre to me. Out of anything I could have dreamed up. Unless, of course, had I really spoken to a ghost that day? That couldn't have been possible, and yet I thought back to that book I read, but I don't understand. I hadn't done anything special. I didn't recite any chants or practice any written method. Why would I suddenly be able to speak to a ghost? Maybe it was a coincidental dream after all. I had to be sure. I decided to head back down to the cemetery during the morning. Even though I knew a general area of where everyone was, I didn't really have an idea of who I was looking for. I think you might be interesting. I just decided. I sat myself down by the grave, and then shifted myself into a laying position over top of it. This felt weird, but I had to know. I shut my eyes and tried to think of nothing more than sleep, hoping that I could somehow fall asleep soon. I'm not sure exactly when, but I did, for I woke up to the sound of a graceful violin. It happened again. Just like with Sunny, I woke up somewhere new. This is a theater, isn't it? It's soaked in shades of green. I'd never been in a place like this before. It felt like a dream, and yet not quite. It wasn't quite a dream, right? What is this place? Okay. We're getting progress. Let's approach the stage. I walked up to the stage, the musician's image becoming clearer to me as I did. They noticed me approaching, shifting their gaze onto me. They slowly stopped playing their violin. They placed it off to the side, expecting me to join them on the stage. So I did. I climbed up the short stairs that led up onto the stage. The echoes creaked loudly in the huge room. The musician then gestured to an extra stool hiding just behind the curtain. I grabbed it and placed it beside theirs. Lydia Walton? The one and only. It really is you. Well, I don't see who else it would be. Are you a ghost? I don't know. Are you? Me? Why would I be a ghost? You're here speaking to me, aren't you? What brings you here, my dear? Well, sleep, I guess? Sleep? That's a tad silly, don't you think? Silly? You're playing violin to an empty theater? Oh, it's not empty. You're here, after all. Well, I suppose you have a point. Wait, I'm getting off topic. I wanted to talk about... Am I really speaking to a dead person right now? I don't know. Am I? Huh? Well, no. I'm not dead. At least I don't think I am. You don't sound sure of it. You're the one always visiting us. You'd think you would know by now. Me? Visiting? But I've never been here before. Oh, maybe once before, but that's it. Nonsense. You're always here. I'd even say you're here more often than you aren't. I don't understand. Oh, I'm sure you don't, little flower girl. I suppose all those petals that find their way upon my stage just happen to fall from the sky. You don't follow? Silly, silly, silly. You're always bringing flowers. Do you think we don't receive them? Wait, sorry. Are you telling me when I bring flowers, they wind up here? Seems so. Then I really am talking to a dead person right now. Not very quick, are you, dear? It did take her a little while to understand what was happening. Being a little slow on the uptick, Mary. That's alright. Sorry, it's very exciting to be actually talking to you. Yes, I used to get that a lot. Although normally in a different context. This is so... Wait. I am a bit confused, though. Lydia, you... Yes? Well, it's just that... According to your tombstone and all... Yes, what about it? Well, if it's correct... You shouldn't be this young. You look like you could be my age. But how can that be? You died when you were in your You died when you were in your you died when you were in your 70s. Tongue twister, hold on. It's true. Then, well, I guess I'm having trouble understanding. Because you seem, well, you look very good for your age. Very funny. But no, it's true that I died in my 70s. I just liked my looks better when I was younger. Can you blame me? I believe this was my prime. Wait, so you're telling me that you can... Mary? And once again I was ripped out of this strange world by a very familiar voice. Mares, what are you doing? You okay? Croven moved out of the way as I stood up on my own 2 feet, brushing the dirt off myself. Hello. Hi? No offense, but... Fuck were you doing? With beds at home, you know. You don't have to sleep on the ground. You're not going narcoleptic on me, are you? No, it's nothing like that. I did it on purpose, actually. Why? Well, it's like... I don't know how else to say it, but... I think... Yeah? I think I can talk to ghosts? Don't laugh. I'm being serious. Yeah, no, I believe you. So did Jasper the friendly ghost invite you to tea? Or... Mary should try to get a job at the cemetery. She should. She could get paid. Croven! I really am being serious. I swear I'm not lying. If I can prove it to you, maybe... Hey, come on, you don't gotta get like that. If you're serious, then I believe you. But, sleeping outside is kinda... a little fucking dangerous, yeah? So maybe, like, don't do that? Especially all by yourself. Right. Well... Yo, Croven! Why are you guys here again? Croven and I turned our heads towards the cemetery gates. Theodore and Zappara were on the other side. Theodore was waving over to us, hand high in the air. Zappara had her hands gripped tightly around the bars of the gate. She was bouncing up and down as if trying to get Croven's attention. As if we couldn't already see them. Croven turned around and walked over to the gate to talk to them, but they still didn't step inside. I followed behind at a distance. Well, look who decided to finally show up. Us, what about yourself? I'm always there. I'm always where I'm supposed to be. What you doing here anyways? Thought we weren't allowed in here anymore. Yeah. I saw Mare's asleep in here and I had to wake her up. Asleep. Is she a fucking narcoleptic or something? Nah. I'm pretty sure she's not. You just think she can talk to the ghost, that's all. You're kidding. Hey, don't laugh so loud. Can she show us then? I want to see. I don't know, let's see. Yo, Mares. Croven called out to me. You want to show the boys what you can do? Huh? Show us you can talk to ghosts. We're gonna go to a haunted place anyways. Haunted? Yeah. We're just gonna dick around, maybe pick up a Ouija board on our way here. Oops. If you can talk to ghosts, then that's just as good, right? Alright. Against my better judgment, we're going. Really? Yeah. Soldier board. Maybe it'll be fun. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Come on, let's go. I followed Croven and his friends out of the cemetery. I wasn't even sure where we were going, but I felt as though I couldn't decline their invitation, especially since things didn't end that great with us last time, and I didn't want to leave a bad impression, but it was fine. I was sure if I just stayed close to Croven, I'd probably be okay. I followed close behind as they walked, talking amongst themselves. I wasn't really tuned into their conversation, too busy caught up in my own thoughts. And then after walking a while, we entered a much different part of the city. This area of city was more suburban than anywhere else. There were actual, well, houses, kind with lawns and stuff, not just apartments. They weren't anything too special, just standard houses. I guess a house is worth it if you really value your privacy, but these areas of town always felt so out of place. As if there were only houses here, no shops or anything like that. I felt like a trespasser entering this neighborhood, even if all we were doing was walking around. Like I said I would, I stayed close to Croven, and I made note of the house they were approaching, and then stopped in front of. Here she is. This house. It was a bit bigger and nicer than the others on the road, had it not been for the state of disrepair that it was in. You could see the cracks in the windows all the way from the sidewalk, not to mention all the tall, unruly grass that probably hadn't been cut in ages. It looked like there was probably some sort of gate or fence at one point, but not anymore. There was nothing stopping us from waltzing on right up to the front door. This house is haunted? I'll just look at it. What makes this haunted? Did someone die here? Have you seen a ghost here before? Did someone die here? No, if I know. How can you be so sure it's haunted? Wouldn't being haunted imply there's a ghost here? Come on, no bickering, you're wasting time. Let's just go in already. We walked up to the front door. Croven was able to open it without any resistance at all. As soon as the door was opened, an awful stench flooded out from the inside of the house. How long has this place been abandoned for? We stepped into the house and through an archway, which led us into what looked like a living room. It was in shambles, to say the least. I coughed after just a few steps inside. It felt hard to breathe, as if there was too much dirt in the air to really breathe properly. It was all very gross. Ugh, yeah. Didn't even realize how fucking moist the air would be. Haven't you been here before? Kinda. Doesn't matter. We're here, so go on. Do your thing. Oh, what? The ghost thing? Duh. That's kind of what we're here for. Which means we'd like to see you talk to ghosts, like you claim to be able to. Oh, right, well, I mean, it isn't that easy. So far, I've only been able to do it when I'm asleep. And, well, you just woke me up a little while ago. Oh, come on! I'm sure you can do it. You just have to at least try. I didn't drag you all the way out here for nothing. We don't even know if this place is even haunted. What if it's just a waste to begin with? Well, there's only one way to check that out then, isn't there? Still, like I said, I just woke up, you know? I know I'm usually pretty good at, like, just falling asleep wherever, but I don't think I can fall asleep this quickly after waking up. Croven can sing you a lullaby. Fuck no! You do it. Come on, Crow, you know my singing voice isn't as angelic as yours. Nurse, would you be able to fall asleep if I sang a lullaby? OMG! 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 Crowboy's gonna sing for us! Fuck you, it's not for you. Croven seems embarrassed. Lay down on the couch. I'll try singing for you. Okay, I did what he asked of me. Everyone was already here, and I didn't want to let anyone down. Besides, it couldn't hurt to try, right? I laid back into the old couch and closed my eyes, hoping that it wouldn't break beneath my weight. I heard Croven's friends begin to giggle amongst themselves. Croven cleared his throat, readying himself to sing to me. I must admit, I almost giggled myself when I heard him start to sing Mary Had a Little Lamb. Although I'm not sure I would describe his voice as angelic, it was actually pretty nice to listen to. The only songs he usually sings are loud punk ones, so it was a nice change of pace. And despite how dank the air was and how itchy this sofa felt, I actually did end up finding myself drifting off to sleep. Oh, suddenly I was awake. And I was in the bathroom of the old house. Did it work? Was I in the same realm as the ghosts again? Then maybe this house really was haunted after all. Hello? I called out into the house. No response. I guess I'd better look around then. Also, this is kind of a problem, though, because at the cemetery, it's all ghosts that she's met before because she hangs out, or that who've met her before because she hangs out there, like, all the time. But this is like a random haunted house. Who knows what kind of ghost is in here? I got up from out of the tub, careful not to slip on my way out. I exited the bathroom and into the hallway. Looking down it, this house seemed a lot bigger on the inside. even though it seemed big enough on the outside already. I hoped I wouldn't get lost as I started to look around. The hallways were long and almost a bit disorienting. I had no idea what floor I was on or where the staircase was, or any idea how to get back to the entrance. But if I was here right now, surely there was someone's ghost that I could talk with, right? I'll find my way around. But where should I look for them? Oh god. So many options. Door with crystal knob, broken door, cracked door, ajar door. Alright, let's look at the door that's ajar. I looked towards the door at the end of the hall. It was slightly ajar. I walked over to it and opened it all the way. I looked inside the room. There was a bookshelf with hardly any books, and a worn-down, cozy chair to sit and read them in, but no ghost. I closed the door all the way this time, and I left it alone. Let's go window. I looked out the window to try to get a better gathering of where I was. Besides, it was probably that the ghost would be standing outside too, maybe in a garden or something. I wiped the dust off the window, coughing a bit as it came off into the air. I cupped my hands to the glass and peered outside. It was still pretty hard to see much, but it appeared as if I was at least on the second floor of the house. I didn't see anybody outside, though. Ghosty, where are you? She's playing Phasmo right now. Broken door. I noticed there was a door that had been broken off its hinges. It was placed precariously in front of the doorway it belonged to, so that it still covered it but wouldn't topple over. I walked over to it, grabbed the door with both hands. I lifted it up and gently brought it to the side. I peered into the now open doorway. Little light from the windows leaked through, but it was enough to see with. There was an old metal frame single bed on one end of the room, and an old desk on the other. Other than that, there wasn't much else, and there was no ghost either. I placed the door back in front of the doorway the way I found it. Cracked door. I approached the door with a large crack across the front. I went to reach for the knob. There was none. It looked like it had fallen off some time ago. I tried to push the door open, but it wouldn't budge. I leaned over and peered into the hole where the knob would be. Nothing. Or rather, it was too dark to see anything. Oh well. Alright. Finally. Imagine Phasmo, jobs, such classes, and one allowed to speak to the ghost more clearly. I think it would have to be like a different type of game. I don't know if jobs would work well with Phasmo. Maybe. Some other ghost hunting games have like job type stuff. I approached the door that had a crystal knob on it. None of the others I'd passed had something like this. I must have lied. It must have led to a special room. I grabbed the knob of the door. The crystal felt cool in my hand. I turned the knob, but the door wouldn't open. I tried again, but it still would not open. I decided to just give up on it. I did not want to force it open. Besides, if it was locked, that probably meant I wasn't supposed to be in there anyways. I kept looking, but the place seemed completely empty. What was I gonna do? Surely I'd be waking up soon, and when I did, I'm sure the others would be expecting to hear what I found. Should I just make up a story of a ghost I met here? I mean, they wouldn't know the difference if I did, right? Seemed like that'd be my only option until... Footsteps. There was someone here after... Oh no, the ghost is hunting. There was something here after all. I heard them run away from my direction. Wait, come back! I followed after them. The direction they ran to, it led me to a door. When it opened, there was a staircase behind it, leading upwards into what looked like an attic door. Climb. Well, there was only one thing to do here. I climbed up the stairs and opened the attic's sole door. Upon reaching the top, I was confronted with another open doorway. Light was leaking through it. Was there a window up here? I walked closer, turned the corner, and then... Oh no! It looks like... What's Zapara? I have to. Whoever you are. I took a step forward and reached my hands up to... I stumbled backwards and fell into the floor. No, it's Zapara. It's not spooky, sadly. Dude, that was so fucking funny. Oh my god, you should see the look on your face right now. That is so good, dude. Uh-oh. What happened? I started to sob, bawl, quite loudly and embarrassingly. Zapara tried to talk to me, but I was too wrapped up in my own tears. I heard heavy thumps and faint, "Hey, what's going on?" as Croven and Theodore found their way up to the attic to meet us. When they saw me, both of them seemed shocked and upset. and quickly diverted their attention to Zapara. Hey, what the fuck happened? How did you do to her, Zapara? It wasn't even anything. I just pretended to hang from the noose and gave her a little spook when she got close. She's the one making a big deal of it. Dude, what the fuck? Not cool, dude. That wasn't the prank we agreed upon, asshole. You can just do whatever the fuck you want. Yeah, I do. Just because I can. Ugh. This shit's fucking stupid. I didn't even do anything that bad. Bullshit, you didn't do anything that bad. Too fucking far, Zap. Whatever. Do you want me to say I'm sorry? Is that what you all want to... Leave me alone! Mary, wait. I ran out of the attic. In fact, I ran all the way out of the house. I kept running down the street until I got back to the more familiar areas of the city. Tears blurred my vision, but I kept running. I think I was just being fueled by emotions at this point. I didn't want to think of any of them. Enough is enough. I tried so hard to be nice, to be polite, to be their friend, but it was clear to me now that that could never happen. I could never be friends with people like this. And to think Croven continues to be friends with them. It's no wonder he's been so mean to me lately. And as all this was going on in my head, I kept running. And running and running. Where are you running to? You gonna go back to the diner, maybe? Until I bumped into somebody. Whoa, was everything alright? That voice. It's Reginald! Hey, it's this guy. We haven't seen him in a while. Are you okay? Huh? Oh. Sorry, I'll get out of your way. Oh, wait a minute just now. You seem awfully worked up. What happened? No, it's okay. Don't worry about it. Not worry. Look at you. You're a mess. I'm sorry. That probably wasn't the right word choice, but... Reginald looks like one of the teachers from Pokemon SV. I haven't played SV yet, so I don't know what the teachers look like. Unless you mean, like, the professors. Hello, Hyuri. We're doing okay. We got pranked at a haunted house, and now we're being comforted by a guy we met once in the library. And I guess also once at a cemetery during a funeral. You're clearly very distressed. Do you want to talk about it? No, it's fine. I'll just go home. Mary? How do other people say it? Also, would you prefer, do you mind if I just call you Hugh? Or Ray? Or one of the others? Or would you prefer just Hugh Day? Let's see. Huh? Why? Well, I was actually on my way to a little place that calms me down, but I think you could use the trip there too. Oh no, that's okay. Ray? Oh. Interesting. Oh no, that's okay. Please, you really don't have to worry. I'll be fine. I would feel a lot better if you came with me. Please? Alright, I'll come with. Do I trust Reginald? Reginald gave me a soft smile after I said it. Thank you. I very much appreciate the company. Come, follow me. Even though he said follow me, Reginald grabbed me by the wrist and began to guide me down the sidewalk. I was a bit confused on the direction we were going, though. It's this way? I didn't think there was much of anything on this road. Well, it's a bit of a secret, but that's part of what I like about it. If it gets too popular, then that'd ruin the very peaceful atmosphere they have. I think it's better if less people know, but I think I can trust you not to tell anybody about it. Oh, alright. Kept walking with him, and eventually we reached a more desolate area of the city. There was no one walking the streets, and all the windows of the buildings we started to pass were all dark. No one had any of their lights on. There were no cars in the streets either. It was strangely barren around. This is a very sketchy location you're bringing us to, Reginald. It was strangely barren around here. Say, what street are we on again? Are you sure we're going in the right direction? There's no need to worry. We're almost there. Okay. Stranger danger, Mary. Then at a certain point, Reginald stopped walking. He looked down into a dark alley and then walked into it. Where are we going? Well, aren't you coming? I felt pretty weird about walking into an alley with no one around on a street I'm unfamiliar with. But he was waiting there for me. Alright, we gotta do the protagonist thing. We gotta walk, we gotta follow him. I took a deep breath and followed him down the alley. He was standing next to a door that I only really noticed because of its golden handle. He raised a finger to his lips as if to say, shh. And then he opened the door. Oh my! Oh, we're at a bar? There's a schoolgirl cosplayer in here. It was a coffee place. And it was adorable. Pretty string lights were hanging from the walls and ceiling. And calm music played throughout. There were decorations of intricate tapestries, and an addition of some rugs to soften the hard concrete floor. There were very few people, and they hardly made any noise as they spoke, as if they were in a library or trying not to disturb anyone else. Not to mention the aroma. Even if I don't like coffee, this person has pink arm hairs. That's wild. Even if I don't like coffee, I can't deny how pleasant the smell is. All of it together, it felt magical. See? I told you it was nice. This place seems so delightful. However did you discover it? That's a secret. Maybe I'll tell you one day. We stepped further into the building, Reginald closing the door behind us. Then I followed him to the counter, and he asked what I wanted. Oh, don't worry, I can pay for myself. No, please. I insist. Consider it a thank you for accompanying me. Are you really sure? Positive. Reginald ordered himself a coffee. I asked for hot chocolate for myself. I felt a little silly ordering it, but the barista didn't seem to care at all. The baristas never care unless you're making something like super complicated. Even when I asked for marshmallows. After we got our drinks, Reginald and I plopped down on an empty couch in the building. You got a styrofoam cup? Paper, actually. Oh, no worries, it's recyclable. I think the mugs they offer here are cute and better for the environment. But, well, how do I put it? I'm just particular about using the same things as other people, that's all. I believe they even allow you to bring your own mug, but that's a little silly, isn't it? To bring a mug from home? Because I would still need to wash it afterwards. And I'd look absolutely absurd carrying a mug down the sidewalk. You got a point there. Anyways, are you feeling any better? Oh, who? Me? Yeah, I guess so. I'm not crying anymore, so that's a good thing. I think. Thank you again for bringing me here. No need to thank me. I'm just glad you're feeling better. But if it's okay to ask about now, what had you gotten so upset in the first place? Well, I guess it's okay to talk about. Especially since you wouldn't know these people anyways. Where do I start though? Well, I spent a lot of time with my kinda cousin, and I recently met his other friends. I told Reginald about what had happened since I first met them. I don't know why, it was like I had to start with one thing, but then that led to all the other things too. I told him about how intimidating they were when I met them, and about how they disrespected the cemetery, and about how the incident that happened with them, and about the incident that had happened with them just today. Already I was trying to block it from my memory. And Reginald listened, nodding along as I talked. It felt nice to have someone listen to me. And then I ran into you on the sidewalk. And now we're here, I guess. Sorry for going on like that. I just wasn't sure where to begin. Or end. Why are you apologizing? I'm actually very happy you told me. It's not good to always let things weigh on you. You know, Mary, I must admit, I'm not at all a violent person. But oh, how I wish I could teach those adults a lesson right now. Or do they get off thinking that kind of behavior is alright? No, it's okay. I just won't hang around them anymore. But at least I tried, right? That's all you can do in this life. Try. But yes, don't worry about people like that. They clearly can't appreciate a good thing even when it's right in front of them. Thank you. That's very sweet of you. And it means a lot to me too. Just then I received a text message. I took out my phone. Croven had messaged me. Mary, where'd you go? You're not at the cemetery. At least I don't see you here. Are you looking for me? Actually, I put my phone away without responding to him. Reginald, are you busy? No, not really. I was planning to run a few errands, but it's nothing that needs my immediate attention. Why do you ask? Can I come along? You want to run errands with me? Yeah, I don't really feel like going home. At least not right now. Well, if you're certain, you're more than welcome to come along. I would more than appreciate the company. Thank you again. I spent the rest of the day helping Reginald with his errands. It wasn't anything too big. We bought some stuff from the hardware store, things he needed for a bit of DIY car repair, wrenches, screwdrivers, antifreeze, oils, but nothing too big to carry. I also helped him pick up a few groceries. He was running low on milk and eggs, but he picked up some strawberries too before they go out of season. It wasn't anything too exciting, but it was nice to be able to do something simple with him, and enjoying completing these simple tasks with someone who wasn't trying to trick me or make me cry. Before we knew it, it started to get dark. I told Reginald I ought to get going. Get home safely then, alright? I promised him I would, and then went to catch the next bus home. Well, at least my day wasn't completely bad. Or at least that's what I thought initially. But once I made it home and opened the door to the cabin, someone was waiting there for me, and he was not happy. About fucking time you got home. Where the hell were you? You didn't answer any of my fucking texts. Of course I didn't. I'm mad at you. You're mad at me? I'm the one who's supposed to be mad here. Do you have any fucking idea what could have happened to you? It can't be any worse than what you and your friends did to me. Is this really what this is about? Get the fuck over it, Mary. None of you even... I can't get over it that easily. Oh, seriously? It's not like I can fucking control every little thing they do. You should know how they are by now. Besides, what they do wasn't my fucking fault, so I don't know why the fuck you're getting mad at me. Because you let them do it. You never say anything. Maybe it'd stop if you didn't keep letting it happen. Oops. Don't start turning this back on me. Maybe you weren't such a sensitive crybaby, we wouldn't be having this problem. I can't believe you'd say that. I can't believe you'd even say something like that to me. Oh, give me a goddamn break. You know, maybe that's why you're so mean to me lately. Huh? Come again? What is that supposed to mean? Hanging around with such awful people? No wonder you've become such a bad person. Oh, really now? That's how you feel? It is how I feel. I don't know at what point you stopped. Well, you definitely aren't a good person anymore. I don't know who this person is, but the Croven I know would have never been so cruel. Croven you know? Ain't that rich. Let me tell you something. The Croven you knew died with the other fucking Corvisons. Croven! You can't say that. I'm so fucking over this already. If you really hate me that much, why are you still here? Can't believe this shit. Then maybe you should just leave, if that's how you feel. Maybe you should. And take all your stupid fucking baggage with you. I like how my choices don't even matter anymore. Uh-oh. Croven stormed off after that. I went the other way and marched upstairs. I felt like crying all over again, but I think I used up all my tears for the day. I was gonna text the number again, because, well, it's what I always do before I go to bed. But when I opened my phone, I was surprised to see I already had a few messages from someone else. It was Twyla. I hadn't really seen her since that night at the club. Hey, Mary. I know it's late, so I don't blame you if you're already in bed. But I'd figure I'd ask you anyway, since it's not overly time-sensitive. I'm gonna be at the library tomorrow looking for something I can find that might help with our town's little problem. I figured you'd come and help me research if you're up for it. Yeah, I can come help. I think that's a really great idea. I'll be sure to be there first thing tomorrow. Well, I don't know if I'll be there that early, but I'll be sure to see you there. I had agreed to meet with Twyla. Maybe part of me did it in spite of Croven, but it would be a nice distraction, I think. A distraction from all the bad stuff that happened today, and I wouldn't have to think about it tomorrow. When I got up the next morning, I hurried myself out of the house. I wasn't even sure if Croven was still home, but I wasn't going to stick around long enough to find out. I headed to the library as quick as I could that morning. And even though Twyla said she wasn't going to be around so early, she was still there when I arrived. Maybe Twyla has a different definition of early. Twyla, you're already here? Okay. Yeah, I'm here. I thought you said you wouldn't be here so early. I don't think it's super early. That's not the point. You're here to help me with my research, right? Yes, of course. Just tell me what I need to do. I'm gonna need you to fetch some books for me. Tyler handed me a list of books she needed. I worked in the library before, so I know they're here. I just want you to pick a few up for starters. Alright, I think I can do that. Yeah, I should sure hope so. I took Tyler's list and began to grab the books for her. There were a few psychology books, but some also filled with, like, periodicals? Is that how you describe it? I don't know. But what I did know is that I kept carrying so many books at once I'd topple over. It's happened before. I began to hand them over to Twyla. She seemed very focused as she took the books from me. Sometimes when I'd hand her a book, she'd slide one over to me with the pages open. I would close it and go to return it to the proper shelf. It was only after a few books that I realized she was probably anticipating to read the passages she had opened to. Oh, well, I just kind of continued fetching her books and shelving them back again absent-mindedly. It just seemed like the best thing for me to do to be able to help. I doubted I would understand the information as well as she did. Mary, please. I'm, well, not the brightest at times. You're distracted. Am I? You certainly seem a bit more out of it. Is everything alright? Well, I had a fight with a friend last night and we still haven't made up. I see. Well, that's not gonna help us here. Huh? You want to help, you're gonna have to pull yourself together. You know the issue we're dealing with is much more serious than whatever dumb fighting you and your friend had, right? I guess. Yeah, sorry. Are you gonna be like this the whole time? I don't know. You can leave. Are you sure? I thought you needed my help. Clearly you aren't gonna be any help to me like this. Don't take it so harshly. I'm doing you a favor, if anything. I'll call you up again next time if I need you for something. Just remember not to forget about all of this, okay? Okay. I'm sorry I couldn't be of more help. It's fine. See you later. See ya. I left the last of the books on the table for her, then headed out of the library. I wasn't much help, was I? All because I was too busy thinking about— Dude, what the fuck? Kroven? What the fuck were you doing in there with her? Did I already tell you to stay away from her? What, did you just, like, not listen? Or not care? You're just trying to piss me off at this point, aren't you? I'm trying to help her with something. Not like it's any of your business in the first place. Excuse me? That girl is definitely my business, especially if she's talking to you. What's so bad about her? You can't just tell me not to do something and not explain why. Why not? You don't trust me anymore, huh? Guess it's just as well. Let me tell you this then. Either you stay the fuck away from her, or you stay the fuck away from me. Kroven stomped past me after that. He didn't apologize when his shoulder bumped into mine. He just kept walking. I hoped that wherever he was going, it wasn't home, because that was the only place I wanted to be right now. Even if it seemed like he would prefer I not be there anymore. I wanted to ask you something. You always do, don't you? Please? Apologies, it wasn't meant to appear sarcastic. Go on. Are you after people— okay, we'll say first. Are you after people who aren't me? Am I your only target? Or are there more people than just me? Are you coming for them too? Please? Yes. Wait. Yes to which question? I'm sorry. I have to go. Good night, Mary. Mary, you should have only asked one question. Days passed, as days often do. Things in the house have been incredibly tense. I can't even recall the last time I physically spoke to Kroven. Maybe it was the day at the library? I don't know. I really don't remember. It's not like I don't see him at all. But when we do see one another, we don't talk. It's really awkward. Sometimes we find ourselves in the same room. One or both of us will just leave. We don't say good morning or good night. And if I see him on the street, he looks away. I wish things weren't like this. I just really want things to go back to normal. Back before. I really want things to be better. I want he's the one apologizing. Is that bad? It's just, I feel like I'm always the one apologizing. Am I? Or am I just saying that because that's what I want to be true? Regardless, I wish I could hear him say it. It would remind me that he cares. Because he does care about me, right? I hope so. I sat in the living room for the remainder of the day. At least until dinner time, that is. The fire was on and I was reading, but I knew I'd have to start cooking something soon. Then, I heard Crovin come in through the front door. Still not feeling comfortable being in the same room as him, I got up to move into the next room when... Oh, hug? Huh? Mary, you know I love you, right? Like, even when I'm mad or yelling, I promise I don't mean it. I really, really, really don't mean it. Yeah, I know. I love you too. Are you okay? No. Theodore died. Oh shit. I wonder what happened. Oh, Crow. I turned around to hug Crovin properly this time. I didn't ask him what happened. He didn't seem to be in the mood to talk about it. And I don't think I was either. I helped him prepare the service. Or perhaps it's more apt to say I prepared the service. Because he asked me to. You're so passionate about it, he told me. So I know you'll make sure he has the best one. It was just... I don't know if passionate is the right word. I hope it was a nice service. I'd like to think it was. I did try my best to put it all together, after all. I got lots of flowers and a nice spot for him to rest. Crovin was responsible for inviting everyone, but everyone wasn't a lot of people. I wasn't sure if it was because no one wanted to attend, or if it was because Theo only had this many friends. I looked around. Zaparo wasn't here. Eventually, everyone began to leave. But again, everyone wasn't all that many people. Before I knew it, it was just me, Crovin, and Theo. Wordlessly, Crovin sat beside Theo's freshly dug grave. I did the same. Normally, I enjoy funerals. Or perhaps it's better to say I appreciate them for what they are. But this one was hard to appreciate. I couldn't find a trace of pleasantness in it. Not even a little bit. It just felt sad. Crovin? Is there anything more I can do? You've done enough. Right. Crovin? I don't want to upset you, but if it's okay, I want to try talking to him. Mary? This isn't the time for that ridiculous shit. I'm being serious. I promised you that it works. And I've never been bad on my promises before, have I? Please, just give me a chance. Fine. You're so insistent then. Go ahead. But when you wake up, I want you to tell me something that only Theo would know. Because if you can't, I really don't want to hear about this ever again. I understand. But I won't let you down. I lay down on top of Theodore's grave. I could see Crovin wince when I did. Sorry, my phone died. Hello? Phone? Phony phone? Screen just gone completely black. There we go. Maybe I need to update VTube Studio. Maybe that's what's going on here. Alright, we're back, I think. I could see Crovin wince as I did. Hopefully it would be over quickly. And hopefully Theo would be in the mood to talk to me. Okay. Listen, it sounds like faint static, but if I don't focus on it, it's like it disappears. I feel like I'm laying on something, but I am laying on the ground, right? It feels weird, though. I can't really describe it. Smells like... it smells like something smoky. It's completely dark. I can't see a thing. Hello? Is anyone here? I don't understand. Why can't I see anything? Of all the times for things to start going wrong. Well, maybe it'd help if you took that lampshade off your head. Huh? You're... Theo. Hey, dollface. Long time no see. Theo has eyes? Oh, Theo, I'm so glad to see you're alright. You sure that's the word you want to use? Like, well, I suppose you're right. So it seems like you're okay, wherever this is. Where is this? Miss, this is where me and Zaparo live. At least it used to be back when I was alive with you all. He's smoking in the afterlife. Of course he is. Oh, you lived here? You know, I know it ain't the prettiest, but it gets the job done. I suppose so. How are you doing, really? How am I doing? I guess I'm okay. I've just kind of been holed up here watching TV. Kind of lost track of time. Can't tell if that's because time doesn't exist here or because I've barely moved from this spot. Ghost cigarettes. That's what happens to cigarettes after they go out. After they've been used up. They go here to Theo's place. I haven't seen anyone else. You haven't seen anyone else since coming here? Not that I know of. But maybe when I find the motivation to go outside, I'll see for myself. But while you're here, I guess I want to say I'm sorry. I kind of figured that whole ghost stalking thing of yours was a bunch of bullshit. But I can admit when I've been proven wrong. Oh, that's okay. I mean, I think I'm more sorry for you in this situation. What do you remember happening before this? Before? Well, it goes like this. Crow was having a rough time, wanted to talk about you. He wanted to talk about me? Yeah, but I'll come back to that later. So he reached out to me and Zap, wanting to talk about it over drinks and all. Of course, we accepted, so we spent the night out with him. Sitting at the bar, whatever. Maybe like an hour or two into drinks, I start feeling like not too hot. I leave to use the bathroom, start fucking vomiting as soon as I'm in the stall. I come on out feeling all woozy. Zap and Crow try to help me, all worried and shit. Next thing I know, I'm crashing out in the middle of a pool table that was still in the middle of a game. And I'm here. You're here? Well, because Crow wanted to talk about me? If it hadn't been such a problem for him, you wouldn't have wound up here. Shut the fuck up. Huh? Sorry. Didn't mean for it to come out that way. What I'm trying to say is, I'm sure I would have drunk myself to death eventually anyways. So don't worry about it. If that night didn't kill me, a stick in my hand would still make sure it was coming. Hey, so, listen. I want you to know that Croven only wanted to talk about you because he cares so much. I know things haven't been the best with you two lately. And there's lots you don't know, so it's been real hard on him too. What don't I know? Listen, I may be dead, but there's still things Croven would kill me over if I told you about it. I know you and I aren't the closest two people in the world or anything, but trust me when I say it's gonna be alright. I guess I'll have to. So, how long are you staying here for anyways? Oh, not sure actually. I could wake up any minute, now that I think about it. Which reminds me, I promised Croven that when I woke up, I'd tell him something that only you would know, as proof that I talked to you. So, do you have something you can tell me? I've got a few stories between Crow and I. Pick your poison. Okay. Orange juice, sleepover hat, or spiral staircase? Oh, spiral staircase sounds most intriguing. But I really need to know what a sleepover hat is. Sleepover hat story? It's a bit gross, are you sure? Yeah, sure. I mean, like how gross? Nothing that'll make you look at him too differently. Well, that should be fine then, I think. Alright, so it goes like this. Crow was spending the day with Zap and I. This was before you were around, by the way. Right? Night rolls around. We're deciding what we're gonna do. Because, like, well, I don't think I'm allowed to tell you this part. Huh? Well, anyway, so it's like night. Crow and Zap and I are all back here. Zap says she's gonna call for delivery. And Crow's staying the night because why, fuck it, why not? It's kinda chilly that night. This happened like wintertime. I offer Crow something to drink. He wants like coffee or something. Zap hates coffee though, we only have hot chocolate. But he's fine with that. I get some ready for him, Zap comes back, we have a fun time, etc. Door gets knocked on, Zap goes to get the food. Croven turns to me, not looking so hot. I could practically see the green in his face. I'm like, dude, what's up? What's wrong? He starts to talk, then grabs his mouth. It's like, I realized I should have checked the date on the milk I used for that hot chocolate earlier. Oh no. So I'm like, oh, fuck, hold on. Because honestly, it doesn't look like he'll make it to the bathroom. So I'm looking around, like, trash can, bucket, receptacle, whatever. Suddenly my head's feeling pretty breezy. I turn around and Croven's got my hat and... yeah. Oh, that's so gross. Why didn't you stop him? Listen, I know it takes a bit to explain. This all happened in a matter of seconds. I see. And your hat? Is it this one? Got a replacement hat. Chucked that one out the window immediately after it happened. And Sapphire doesn't know. Nope. By the time she came in, it was already over and done with. And you just carried on? Yeah. What else would we do? Hey, thank you for telling me this story. Anytime, sunshine. One more thing before you head back. Say hi to Sapphire too. Go easy on her for me, okay? Listen, I know she seems all firecrackers and dynamite. Maybe even a little rough around the edges, but she's got a lot going on deep down. And I know she'd appreciate some help with that. I'll appreciate it too. I see. Theo seems cool, yeah. Super chill. Try to talk with her next time I see her. And let her know you said hi too. No, please do. I'm excited to see my boys again soon, but I'm hoping it'll be a long wait at the same time. Yeah, I hope so too. Before I knew it, I was out again, and I woke up to the sound of a worried Croven. Maris, come on. It's getting late, and it looks like it's gonna rain soon. Croven? Yeah. You threw up in his hat? That's so gross. Aww. It's a beautiful day today. And after so much talk of rain, I'd even brought my umbrella. But it was clear I wouldn't be needing it. The sun felt so warm, so much brighter today. I hoped we'd get more sunny days like this before things start to get cold and cloudy again, because right now it feels so refreshing. I was on my way to the cemetery once more. I didn't have any flowers this time around, but I was sure that was okay. I brought a teddy bear last time after all. Besides, I now have a different method of being able to visit everyone there. I try to visit Theo too when I'm able. I don't want to bother him too much, and even though he and I aren't best friends or anything, I can tell he appreciates it. I think I'll try to see him again today. I continued down the sidewalk, admiring all the things that looked so much happier in the sunlight. The birds, the flowers, the trees. But one thing that didn't was making its way towards me, and I didn't even realize until I heard her snap my name. Oh, Twyla! Funny running into you here. I see you're out and enjoying the sun. I haven't heard a lot from you, you know. Yeah. But likewise, you know. Uh-huh. But I've been investigating on my own time. Do I need to remind you that you're the one who offered to help me and not the other way around? I just don't know where to start. Why didn't you message me then? Incompetence is not an excuse. I'm sorry, Twyla. I don't think I can help you anymore. Excuse me? Huh? Not help me anymore? You haven't helped me once. And now you've got the gall to back out before you've even started? What's that for, huh? Just what? I'm sorry, but my friends, when they found out I was doing this, they're looking out for me and I don't want to worry them, and I'm really, really sorry. I should have said something earlier, but I hope you understand. Oh, I understand. You do? Yeah, I do. I get it perfectly clear. Why bother helping me catch a threat when it could help fill up that precious cemetery you love so much? Well, what? Hold on. That's not true. I'd never risk someone else's life for that. Yeah, I'm sure you wouldn't. Just like I was sure you would help me. I apologize for lashing out, so... I'm just running low on patience. You might not know it, but I tolerate a lot of bullshit from a lot of people. One thing I refuse to tolerate is people who don't keep their promises. So go on then, run to your little cemetery, Mary. I'll let you go. But I'll make sure you keep that promise eventually. Twyla angrily brushed past me after that. I felt hurt, to say the least, hearing what she thought of me. But I couldn't help her anymore, and it had to come out eventually. At the very least, it was something that I got over with. And I couldn't let it ruin today. I wiped my eyes of any tears and tried to regain my composure. I tried to focus on the nice things around me as I continued on my way. The birds, the flowers, the trees. The birds, the flowers, the trees. I couldn't let it get to me. She didn't know the truth like I did, and I couldn't keep Theo waiting. I continued on and up the way. And entering the cemetery, something felt off. And I didn't know why until I started approaching Theo's gravesite. Someone's there at the gravesite. Is that... hey! Wait! It's Sapporo. Clearly. I followed them as they ran from me. They got out of my sight quickly, but I was determined to find them. I walked up and down the aisles, trying to keep my eyes and ears open, until eventually I began to hear something. I followed the noise, which led me to a tree. And... Sappara? What are you doing here? I took a seat beside Sappara, patting down the grass as I did so. She wiped her eyes on her sleeve as I sat. Hey, Mary. Hi, Sappara. Are you alright? Yeah, why wouldn't I be? Don't I look fine? You wanted to see Theo again, didn't you? Oh, no, it's... Really, I'm sorry, I was just leaving. Don't worry about it, Sappara. I was surprised that you... Well... What? You... didn't show up to his funeral and all. You couldn't. Why not? You didn't want me in here anymore. And after that last incident, I promised Theo I would respect your boundaries. But I guess I broke that promise anyways, huh? I wanted to leave before you saw me, at least. Sappara, I wouldn't have stopped you from seeing him. I'm so sorry I made you feel that way. No one should ever be prevented from seeing their loved ones. It's fine. That already upset you enough. It's just, nothing's been the same now that he's gone. And I'm not sure it'll ever will. It still feels so unreal. I walked into our place and I'm ready to start, like, I don't know, hitting him with my jacket sleeves or stealing his hat or running away with it. And now when I come home, it's all by myself. But all the stuff still smells like him. It smells just like before we left for the bar. His mug is still in the sink because he said he would wash it later. And his hamper is still full because we were going to do laundry together. And the TV remote is stuck in the couch because that's where he last left it. He was my best friend. And he's totally gone now. I'm never going to get him back. I'm never going to get him back. I'm never going to see him again. That's not true. I promise, one day you'll see him again. And not in this life. Isn't that right? I don't know what to do anymore. I don't feel like myself. At least, not without him. I'm all alone. You're not alone. Croven's here and I haven't talked to Croven since. Really? I don't even know what I'd say. Or what it'll feel like. The three of us were always together when we hung out. It feels unfair without him. It feels wrong. It'll get better with time. I promise you it does. Maybe it won't always be the same, but it will be better. And Sappara, you're not alone. I know Croven would want to hear from you. And I really think you two should see each other. Even if it's awkward. You should know that... I'm here for you, and I know Croven is too. Even if I didn't always think you weren't the best person, that's just because we don't get along. Just because we don't get along doesn't mean I can't help you through this, so... Aww. Thank you, Mary. I could really use that support right now. Yeah, of course. It's gonna get better. I promise. I got another question for you. I thought you might. Have you ever lost anyone? Why do you ask? I just want to see. Of course I've lost people. I don't think there's anyone alive who hasn't lost someone. I've probably lost more than you could fathom. How did it hurt? Of course it hurt. At first it always hurts. But over time those feelings, you get used to them. It's almost like a blur. You stop worrying about who died and start worrying about who's next. There's no rest, so you become someone who doesn't need rest. Because it isn't going to stop. You just have to be ready for the next time. That sounds heartbreaking. It was. And that's why I'm fighting so hard, so that you don't wind up like me. Who is this person? It's been a few days. Despite what had happened at the funeral, Craven hasn't really left his room. When I wake up in the mornings, I hear him stomping around about his room, and when I return from having left the cabin, I find no evidence that he's left the cabin at all, let alone his room. I'm so used to him going out every day. But now I feel bad if I'm leaving him home alone. He spends most of the day holed up in his room, door shut tight. I wonder what he's doing. I'll knock on it every now and again to check in on him, but there's not so much to hear from him outside of that. But today his door is open, and I think I should check on him. Circulatory disturbance. His door had been opened just a crack, but I opened it just a little bit more to get a better look inside. He was sitting atop his bed, and without even turning to face me, I heard him say, "You're there, Mary. Come on in." I stepped inside and took a seat on the end of his bed. He didn't seem to have much of a reaction. It's getting a bit late. I'll probably start dinner soon. Sounds good. You really shouldn't be smoking inside, you know. It's a lollipop. Oh, I see. Last page. Oh no, there's more pages after. No, is there more pages? I don't know. No, this is the last page. Is that a deer? That's a deer plush. You finally hung up your sign poster. Your flag is up to... What flag? Oh. Yeah, I know. Oh, alright then. Thanks. I haven't seen it before. Is it recent? Yeah. A person you met, Vaz? I won it the last time we met at the arcade. So they had no room for it and insisted that I have it. I hope you don't mind that I didn't give this one to you. I don't even like collecting toys, but... Oh, no. I totally get it. I don't even worry about it. Don't even worry about it. It's a little bit low to the ground, though, don't you think? Yeah, it's fine. Besides, if it falls down, I don't have to worry about having to get a chair or anything to put it back up again. Fair point. Mine's getting a bit full, too. Maybe we can do laundry together soon? Yeah, that's probably a good idea. It's strange, though. I feel like I just did laundry and now I have to do it again. It's not like I even wear that many outfits. Yeah, me neither. Me neither. Alright, let's stop beating around the bush. What do you mean? Come on. You and I both know you didn't come here to talk about my laundry or the posters in my room. You're here to talk because everything sucks right now, and you think we should talk about it. Everything does suck. You're right, everything is awful. You know you could say it, right? Say what? Go on. Say that it sucks. You know that I don't use that language. Fair enough. I know things have been very hard lately, but I just don't know what to do. What was that? How can I help? You don't need to do anything to help. There's nothing that needs to be helped. I'm fine. You aren't fine, and I'm not fine either. I don't want this cycle to continue, where all we do is feel miserable again and again. Mary, I just want to help you, because this isn't you. I miss the real Craven. I miss the Craven who didn't always drink himself to death. I miss the Craven who'd never get mad and would always laugh off the things that anyone would normally go ballistic over. I miss the Craven who wanted me around. You think I don't miss him too? I don't like feeling like this. It sucks. How can you just keep going on like that? Saying you're fine when that's not true. And just settling for it. Because it's not like I have any other choice, Mary. You just don't get it. I know you're worried about your own parents. I know that's a shitload of stress on your shoulders too. But at least you have some fucking hope in that situation. What hope do I have? My parents are dead. One of my best friends is dead. There's no way around either of those facts. I'm never gonna see either of them again. Yeah, sure, maybe you can talk to them, but that doesn't mean I can see them or be around them or do any of the same things I used to do with them. It's like, why fucking try? If everyone I get close to is just gonna die right in front of me, why bother trying to do anything about it? Whether I'm happy or sad or whatever doesn't matter. Because it doesn't change the life I'm living right now. That's why everything is fine, and why it has no choice but to be fine. I know that you want to help, but all these solutions, therapy, relaxing at home, whatever, They aren't gonna change anything. They aren't gonna bring anyone back. Don't you understand that? Better than anyone? Sorry. I don't mean to sound like a dick when I say this, but your parents might come back one day. Mine sure won't. I'm not. At least I'm not trying to. I think that's obvious. Even though it might not be apparent to you, I know what I'm doing with my life, and I'm definitely not stopping it, but it doesn't feel like how it should. This isn't how things were supposed to be. No one could have predicted this. Could have. I could have. I should have told them not to risk going out that night. I should have done a lot of things. But it's too late now. I don't think you should be thinking like that. And what else should I be thinking? Listen, I know I'm not always the brightest girl, but if there's one thing I know about it, it's loss. Here we go. Please, Crovin. Alright. Sorry for cutting you off. When I attend those funerals, I meet lots of people who are feeling the same way that you are. They're stricken with grief. It doesn't matter who died, and the way they express that grief isn't always the same. Some people can't help but to sob. Others seem to stare in disbelief. Like if they wake up soon, they'll realize it was all just a terrible dream. And some of them simply talk to everyone around them as if nothing is the matter. But you can tell they'd rather be seeing their loved ones in different circumstances. I don't see these people for very long when I'm there. But I know that all of these people have been getting better since that very day. It's why we have funerals, to start the healing process with closure. But despite its name, closure is just the first step. I know that everyone deals with loss differently, but I know that grief won't last forever. And I know that processing it doesn't have to be so miserable. So please let me try to help you. Maybe if together we can acknowledge and embrace the circumstances we're in, it'll be easier to get past them. What if I don't want to? Provin, move on from it, get past it. Isn't that just the same as forgetting? The reason you go to all those funerals, the reason you visit all those graves, isn't it because you don't want anyone to be forgotten about? How hypocritical of you, wanting to remember strangers but forgetting the ones we care about the most. It's not forgetting. Provin, just because they're gone doesn't mean we're gonna forget them. You're right in what you said. I don't want anyone to feel forgotten about. It's why I visit them, but feeling better about it isn't forgetting. Wanting to live a happy life isn't forgetting. I mean, do you think your parents would want this for you? That Theo would want this for you? I can't be afraid of what happens, or you can't be afraid of what happens when the grieving is over. Feeling better doesn't mean you forgot how much you miss them. It just means you won't feel sad when you remember them. Mary? Yeah? You know I love you, right, Mary? Yes, I know. No, you don't. Come here. Another hug. Provin motioned over to me with a lazy hug-like gesture, and I scooted over to him. Do you know the reason we started staying here? This old piece of shit cabin? No. I was always curious, but I thought it might be rude to ask. It's because... Provin? We wanted to be closer to you guys. That's the only reason. You're joking! That's crazy! You had such a nice home in Halen City. You know what all those old folks say about the difference between a house and a home? I know I've been an asshole, and I probably won't stop feeling like one for a while. Can't really explain all my feelings right now. But while we're here, while you're here, I just want to say, after having lost so many people, I'm just glad I haven't lost you yet. Yeah, I'm glad I haven't lost you either. Ugh. Look at what you made me do! You know I hate all that dumb sappy shit. You got me over here monologuing it? I'm sorry. Yeah, well, can it, Mares? Ugh. I was so sappy I could put it on your morning pancakes. Hey! Don't let it happen again. It won't. I won't. Okay. But the mystery! Please leave my family alone. That is not possible. We're getting better. And if my parents were here still, it'd feel almost like it did before. I'm afraid I cannot give you the same life you once had. But I can assure you, things will be better after this all. How can you make it better? Can't explain it. At least not now, but whether you believe it or not, it will get there, and so will I. This is for you, and you'll see that soon. Good night, Mary. Oh, she said good night again. Thank you. It's been a few days since then. Kroven seems to be doing a little better than usual. I think he's really trying extra hard right now. And he's been seeing Zapara again, too. I think that's nice. I think that's good for them. I'm happy to see them having a nice time together again. I had a nice day by myself, actually. Sometimes it's nice to just return to the cemetery for a normal day after so much chaos. I made sure to put at least one flower on every grave today, though I haven't talked to any of them. I had considered doing it, but, like others tell me, it's probably not a good idea to fall asleep in public places. It's a pretty interesting story, but I'm so curious about the mystery part. It's leaving me hanging so long, especially when there's a killer on the loose. So I decided I wouldn't do that today. But that's not what happened, though. Truthfully, I didn't mean to fall asleep. I didn't. But when I sat back against the mausoleum we have, after being outside and on my feet all day, well, I was just so tired, I didn't even realize I fell asleep. Until I woke up to the sound of rain. I was surprised to not have any strange dreams this time, but this was a big problem. Only the roof trim of the mausoleum was keeping me safe from the rain, and it was pouring. And worse even still, it was night. The only light I could see was the street lamps at the outside of the cemetery. Oh dear, how could I have slept for so long? Well, I couldn't stay hiding under here all night. I took a big breath and ran across the cemetery to the street. Luckily, the gate wasn't locked. Again, I was surprised, but thankful, as it meant I would not have to find some other way out. Once I was out on the sidewalk, I noticed the streetlights were the only lights on. Everything else seemed closed. How late was it? I didn't want to pull my phone out in the rain to check, but by any means, I had almost definitely missed the last bus home. I wasn't sure what I was going to do, but I had to find shelter first. I ran through the rain trying to find anything that was open. It wasn't long before I felt my shoes filling with water. I'd get a cold out here too long. I'd get a cold out here too long, and the rain showed no signs of letting up. But I knew there just had to be anything open, and eventually I made it somewhere. It was the movie theater. Thank goodness. The Emotion, Queen of the Galaxy, non-specific holiday movie for Folie à Deux. I can't, this one doesn't have a title on it. Cashiers. And this one I can't read the title. I rushed myself inside and took a seat beside the posters, waiting to dry off and take my phone out. Just as I suspected, it was pretty late, and knowing the usual times of the cinema, I could tell it wasn't going to be open for much longer. What do I do? Even though I wasn't sure how he could help me right now, I had to at least try calling up Kroven. Why isn't he picking up? Mary? Oh, he picked up, thank goodness. I was starting to get worried. I'm having a bit of a problem right now. What is it? Well, you see, I kind of fell asleep in the cemetery, and I only woke up a few minutes ago, and it's raining really bad right now, and I missed the bus, so I don't know, I was hoping maybe you could help me out somehow? No can do, Mary Moo. Didn't I tell you? Tell me what? Mary, I'm like not even home right now. Not even close. Where are you then? I'm like out of the fucking city right now, Mary. These plans with these friends, doesn't matter. That's what I told you. Well, I don't remember. Look, bottom line is there's no way I can help you from here. What am I supposed to do then? Fuck, Mary, I don't know. I heard his frustrated sigh through the phone. I couldn't see it, but I could tell he was pinching the bridge of his nose. Where are you right now? I'm at the movie theater, but I think it closes soon. Alright, well, do you have anyone else you could call up? Maybe stay with them tonight? I mean, I guess so. Awesome, great, sounds good then. Look, Maris, I really gotta go, okay? Call up one of your other friends. I'm sure one of them will come get you. Alright then, good night. I heard the click of Kroven hanging up the phone. Call up one of my other friends? Well, there's only two of those. Who should I go with? Alright, I think this is where I'm gonna have to cut it off for tonight. I didn't really have a plan for Saturday, so maybe we'll just continue with this game. And see where it goes. It lasted a lot longer than I expected it to. Alright. And yeah, so we'll see where the story goes. I'm hoping that the mystery starts picking up soon. And also that we have more of it, like that there's like more than what's currently left. But yeah, thank you all for hanging out. Hope you have a good night. And I'll see you again Saturday, most likely. Later! And as for us,